Hey everybody, it's Conundrum back again for another video for you guys. Today I am going to be doing a couple different things for you guys today. And Ball, what's going on? Glad to see you, man. Glad you're able to make it to the chat. I said that I was actually going to try to stream a little more this week, so I'm going to try to do Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I'm going to actually try to stream more than I was streaming before. So I'm going to actually be working on doing that now within the near future, where I'm going to do more streams. That way I can get more, I'm gonna say, publicity for the moment, and of course get better at streaming and kind of go from there. So again, I am thinking about doing Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so I'm gonna add more time on to actually doing my streams and kind of going from there. So that's gonna be my next big thing. Of course, if you haven't seen me before, I am definitely going live. I definitely put that on for people to know that I am going live. I appreciate giving that my boy Ant Ball at 41 a shout out, because my boy Ant Ball, my boy Ant Ball is always looking out for me. So give a shout out to my boy Ant Ball, because he's one of my boys. I wish he did take up stream, but he said that he wasn't gonna actually be streaming too much anymore. So I always appreciate him whenever he stops by my chat. So again, I'm gonna do a couple of different things today. First and foremost, I'm actually gonna be working on this tier list. I actually found a tier list on Tier List Maker. This is a horror movie tier list that they actually have available that I actually saw. So I'm actually gonna work on this tier list they have of scary movies that are out. Now I'm not gonna say I've seen every scary movie, but I have seen a good portion of them. So I kind of have some good idea about how they work and kind of going from there. So again, I'm actually gonna go through and show off a little bit of my skills about some of the movies I've seen, some ones that I find great, some of them that I didn't find as great but from before. But I'm definitely going to go ahead and work on doing that with you guys in a second. So I'm just going to go ahead and transition real quick and transition from my regular screen onto my other one. So give me 1 second here. Here we go. And so I'm gonna, again, show you the list that I found on Tier Maker. So this is the list that I saw on Tier Maker. I hope you guys can see that pretty well. So this is the horror movie film tier list. They have a couple different ones, but I'm just gonna do this first one I saw on here because it feels like this may be the best one to kind of go off of and kind of go from there. Garbo, haven't seen, but interested, haven't seen, but no opinion. Also, with this list, is like people actually added more stuff on it, so it's kind of gives a better list of actual movies that they actually have listed here. So S piece, of course, be masterpiece. A, near perfect but must see. B, really good. C, entertaining. D, not my thing. F, garbo, meaning garbage, of course. Haven't seen it but interested. Haven't seen it, no opinion. And of course, not interested at all in seeing any of this. Now, this looks like a pretty interesting list. I'm gonna honestly say that the first 3 or 4 I have not seen at all. So 10 Cloverfield Lane, I do not believe I have seen that. It's been a while since I've seen that one. I'm not super familiar with that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to go on YouTube real quick. I'm going to go on. Sir Emo, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you stopping by today. Today I'm working on this tier list. I'm doing a tier list of horror movie thrillers, thriller films. I'm actually working on this right now. I just started the list. The first one they have is 10 Cloverfield Lane. I am not familiar with this movie, but I can look up, I can look up the trailer, actually see what it's about, and kind of go from there and get an idea of what it was about, and kind of go from there. See if I actually would be interested in seeing this or not, because I felt like I've heard of this, but I haven't seen it. So this is the trailer that they have, and I'm just gonna go ahead and check it out real quick just to see what it was like, and kind of go from there. Just get an idea of what it looked like. So if I have an interest in it, I can watch it. Okay. That's not good. Oh. Okay, J.J. Abrams. Hmm.
Something's coming.
Okay. Okay, so that was a trailer. You playing a beta? Yeah, I'm gonna play a beta. Probably after I'm gonna actually do this tier list and kind of go from there. So this is 10 Cloverfield Lane. I think I did see this a long time ago. Basically, it was like an aliens movie. Basically, I believe John Goodman's character basically had these two people trapped into I think it was like a cellar area, and they were trying to figure out why they were kind of trapped here because they had no idea how they ended up getting there in the first place. And I think when they eventually did escape, they found out there was actually aliens who were actually snatching people up and killing people in the actual movie. I don't remember a lot about the movie. It's kind of fuzzy. That I can't say I know a lot about it because I'm not familiar with a lot about with what happened in that one. So I'm actually gonna list one. This one is I'm definitely not gonna list as an S tier because if it was that great, I would have probably saw at least a couple more times because I'm one of the people where if it's a good entertaining movie, I will watch it a couple different times because I enjoy movies just that much where I will watch them over. So I'm gonna put it as I'm gonna list it as not my thing. You know, that's what I'm listed at least for a moment. Not my thing. Again, I can move the list around, of course, but I think it's just gonna go with not my thing. Again, I'm doing this again because of the fact that I need to stop saying again so much. Say this to the fact that again, this is coming up Halloween time and kind of want to do something along those lines. So again, I'm just doing this tier list. Again, this is not my thing. So again, this is not my thing. Some people may have seen 10 Cloverfield Lane, think it's a really good movie. I'm not sure. Definitely put it down in the comments if you've seen 10 Cloverfield Lane, what your thoughts were on it. Like I said, I vaguely remember the movie. I don't remember it super well, but I remember enough to the point that I can say that it's probably not my thing because I do enjoy alien movies. However, I do not think that this was quite what I thought it was because it was like when I went to go see Nope in theaters. I went to go see that a while back, and that movie was okay, but honestly, it wasn't anything that really kind of, lurk. I appreciate that. I appreciate the lurk emo. I appreciate that. And it was not quite what I was thinking it was going to be when I saw Nope, but I honestly think that it was worthwhile in seeing that, again, it was a movie that is one time around definitely might be able to see it again. You might miss a few things the first time you watch it, which is why some people might go back and watch it the second time. But again, when I first saw it, it was like, it's okay. I wasn't super spellbound by it. But again, that was just me when I saw it. So next movie up is Sion Station. I have never heard of that. Sion Station. So let me look that up. I'm gonna look that up. Sion. Let's see if I spelled that right. S-E. Seal Station. Okay. Trailer. So apparently this movie looked like it came out 2017. Is that what it is? Sion Station trailer. Okay. Sion vibe. Sion trailer. Okay, so this looks like there was something in the UK. So let me just watch this trailer real quick, and I can kind of go off there, just to get an idea of maybe what it's about. After I get rid of these commercials. Sometimes I hate these commercials every once in a while. So okay, so this is it. See what this is about. It looks like it's a American Zombie Apocalypse. Ooh, that hurts. Hey, Sion Station. Charge. Huh. Let's see what we got here. That's never good. Yeah.
우리 혜선이 못 찾으면 너도 죽을 줄 알았다.
Oh yeah.
아저씨, 저 노숙자 아니에요.
너 가만 있어. 한 발만 움직여 쏴버릴 거야. 혜선아, 지금 없다는데. 이게 다 뭐하는 짓이야? 너희들 경찰이야. 가만 있어.
Okay, so that was the trailer for that one. That definitely looks interesting. Looks like, again, it's a zombie movie, okay? Of course, it's a zombie apocalypse movie. Came out way back when. Well, it doesn't look like it came back way back. It looks like it's fairly new. Didn't look like it was very popular here, at least from what I just saw in the trailers. But honestly, I would say I haven't seen it, but I'd be interested in possibly watching it because I have never seen that one before. It's a new one to me. Again, there's probably ones on this list that I've never seen before, and this is a big list that they have listed on here that I can check out and kind of go from there. But I have not seen that one, so I will skip over it. Where's the game? I'll probably play a little later on, so I'm actually just going to be doing this tier list first, and then I'll probably work on trying to do the game and go from there. So this looks like this is the was it? I haven't seen it before. So next one is let's see, what is this? This says K something, and I'm trying to see what exactly this is. And it is Reanimator. I've never heard of that one before. Let me look that up. Reanimator. So Animator trailer. See if I can find it and kind of go from there. Reanimator trailer. So it looks like this came out in 1985. So it looks like they had a remake of this, Reanimator. So this is like the trailer. So let's actually check out the trailer, see what they talk about when it comes to the trailer. Kind of go from there. That the artist trailer might be reviewed by adult content only. Let's see.
Herbert West is at the top of his class in medical school.
How can you teach such dribble? These people are here to learn, and you're closing their minds before they even have a chance. What are
He's
you?
brilliant, but a little weird.
Okay.
I've broken the 6 to 12 minute barrier. I've conquered brain death.
His experiments have always been unorthodox.
Huh.
It was dead.
Oh, wow.
But lately they're getting out of hand.
Oh, that hurts.
And he's just made a discovery that could wake up the dead.
Herbert West has affected reanimation in dead animal tissue.
What are you thinking? How do you feel? You?
15 cc's of reagent being administered.
Once you wake up the dead, you've got a real mess on your hands.
Huh. Oh, wow. What's wrong? Ouch. Ooh, that hurts.
Now what happened? I had to kill him. He's dead?
Not anymore.
You think?
Herbert West brought a lot of dead people back to life,
Okay.
and not one of them showed any appreciation. H.P. Lovecraft's classic tale of horror, Reanimator.
Huh.
Mr. West.
You'll never get credit for my discovery. Who's going to believe a talking head? Get a job in a sideshow.
It will scare you to pieces.
Okay, so that's the trailer for that one. I have never seen that one before. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm really interested in seeing that one because it's just, it's not one of those films that I really would I don't think it definitely didn't date well. You can tell that it did not date well at all when it comes to the actual just the way the video looks. I recognize the actual actor who's played the main guy. I believe he was also in Star Trek as of late. He was in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I remember seeing him because I remember that mole, and I remember seeing him in that. And he's been, I believe he played as one of the sidekicks to the founders in the actual show in the show Star Trek Deep Space Nine. If you've ever seen that, but again, that was like the first thing I remember him playing in. So. Okay, next one up is 28 Days Later. I remember saying 28 Days Later. It was not a bad film. It came out I think when it came out 2018 or something like that. Hold on, let me see something. 28 Days Later. So I'm trying to remember when it came out. 2002. Okay, 2002. So it's really been a long while since this came out. I remember 28 Days Later. It was really a good film. I remember because the fact that when I watched it, it was one of those films where, again, it was a zombie movie. You saw people running around. Basically, people got infected, basically by, of course, getting bitten, of course, or in some cases, if you got blood on people into like their body, it got into them, and then, of course, you ended up actually getting sick and dying, and then, of course, coming back as a zombie. So, honestly, I think that it was entertaining. So, I'm going to list this as entertaining, at least in my view, and kind of go from there. Sweeney Todd. Did I see Sweeney Todd? If I've seen Sweeney Todd, it was a long time ago. Sweeney Todd, it doesn't, I hate to say it, but it doesn't ring a bell very much right now. But I can actually watch the trailer, so I think they have the trailer for it. I want to watch the original trailer, honestly, because I feel like that would be the best one to watch. So let's just go ahead and check out the trailer real quick and see what it's talking about.
Serious?
Here's the dragon. Gotta take out the top. Who got him?
Yes. Tenant, please.
Hey, sis.
Nerding out online. That's our way to play. Nintendo
Alright.
Switch.
So, alright. So here's the trailer for this. Let's see what they got for us.
This is the tale of an ordinary man who had everything
Parker, his name was. Benjamin Parker.
until a man of power stole his freedom, destroyed his family, and banished him
May the Lord have mercy on your soul.
for life. And in his sorrow, a new man was born.
15 years dreaming I might come home to a wife and child.
Benjamin Parker.
No Parker. Sweeney Todd now. And he will have his revenge. Where's my wife?
She's gone. And he's got your daughter.
Judge Tucker.
You got to leave this all behind you now.
No. These are desperate times. Desperate measures are called for.
All right. You, sir? No one's in the chair. Come on. Sweeney's waiting. I want you leaders. You, sir. Two, sir. Welcome to the grave. I will have vengeance.
Oh, okay.
I will have salvation.
I can guarantee the closest shave you will ever know. May the good Lord smile on you.
Oh.
You're walking mad.
The years no doubt have changed me.
I don't remember. I'm about to see. I'm trying to remember. What?
How about a shave?
Oh. Sweet
At last, my arm is complete again.
That's all very well. But what are we going to do about him?
Okay, so that's Sweeney Todd. I'm trying to remember if that was based off Jack the Ripper or something like that. I feel like this was based off something, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm always a big fan of Johnny Depp, and he has done a lot of great work over the years, and I appreciate a lot of films that he's been in. I'm trying to remember but I'm gonna list this as saying I haven't seen it, but I'm interested in seeing it because I'm not familiar with it. I don't know that one, so I'm really feeling like I don't really have a great grasp on that one. Next one is The Fantastic Planet. I don't think I'm gonna look up all these either. I'm just gonna go by some that I've seen and other ones I have not seen. So I have not seen The Fantastic Planet, so I'm gonna say I'm not interested in that because the appeal of sometimes watching a movie is like what you see on the actual surface is usually like just like the pictures they have on here. So I'm gonna actually list this as haven't seen it. I have no opinion on it, so I'm just gonna stick that right there. The next one I believe is, what is this? This is called Akira. I can't say I've ever seen this one before, so honestly I don't think I I can really give an opinion on that one. Excuse me. But again, it's not one I've seen in 30 Days of Night, and also another one that I have not seen before. I don't remember seeing this one, so I'm actually gonna have to put this one as haven't seen, no opinion on, because I have not remember seeing that one. Next one is, let's see, the ABCs of Death. I have not seen that one. I can offer an opinion on that one because I have no clue on anyone about that. So unfortunately, that does happen every once in a while. American Psycho. I have seen that movie before. It was a long time ago. I'm not going to say it's garbage or anything like that. I'm going to actually listen to this as entertaining. Because again, it was a long time ago since I've seen that one. Some of these I've seen as of late. Other ones I haven't seen in a long time. So I don't want to give a great opinion of it if I don't remember a lot of it and kind of go from there. Arachnophobia. Arachnophobia was a good movie. I liked Arachnophobia because it was a story about crossbreeding between I believe it was a Brazilian spider and an American common spider that got together and ended up getting breeding, and basically the breeding ended up being like a colony and ended up killing the town. So actually it was pretty entertaining. I mean, John Goodman was in it. I thought it was pretty good. So I'm gonna list it as really good because I thought it was a good movie. It wasn't a lot of spider movies out going out that time. I want to say this movie came out in the 90s. So Arachnophobia. Yo, don't blame me for how I'm writing here. Yeah, so 1990. So this came out in 1990. Now, I remember this movie, and I remember it well. And again, there was not a lot of movies that came out during this time that actually talked about spiders like that. You didn't have a lot of spider movies out, horror movies like that. And I remember that they actually used a lot of real spiders in the actual movie, which was really good. So I thought it was really, very much so worthwhile. Candyman. Oh, yeah. Candyman was a good one. Candyman, and I'm not gonna say it a third time. Was a good movie. This movie, of course, starred Tony Todd. He was really a great actor. Actually, a fun fact I actually found out when I actually watched Candyman and actually watching some of the actual interviews and stuff like that. They actually said that they actually had to pay this man $1,000 every time he got stung by a bee because of the fact that he was, they were using live bees at the time when they actually were making the actual movie. So he actually got stung a lot. So they had to pay him $1,000 each time he got stung. And I know he got stung, I think, over 10 times, I think, or something like that. So he definitely made a pretty penny on that, which I think was definitely worthwhile considering that he actually got stung that many times. Kind of go from there. So honestly, I think that was actually worthwhile in the grand scheme of things. So I'm actually going to list this one as near perfect. I'm not gonna call it a masterpiece, but I definitely think that it's up there because of the fact that for me, Candyman had a lot of elements of drama, horror, and then of course you had the remake that just came out recently that was not too bad. I'm not gonna say it was super great, but it did have good elements to it, and for me, I thought it was really worthwhile seeing it because I enjoyed watching it, and it was definitely one of those movies that the remake was not bad, and of course it could have been better, but kind of go from there. Okay, next one, Children of the Corn. Children of the Corn, I remember seeing this a long time ago. Again, this is like oh man, this is some years ago. I seen Children of Corn. I remember because these kids were basically living out in like the boonies, we call it boondocks area, and they were like killing off people and stuff like that. And it was pretty good. I believe it is a Stephen King movie, if I'm not mistaken. Then again, I could be wrong. Yeah, it is Stephen King. Yeah, Stephen King. So yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna put it as a masterpiece, but I think that it was pretty entertaining. So I'm gonna list this as entertaining, at least for the moment, and kind of go from there. Because I think that it's not bad, it's not super great, but it definitely was entertaining. Again, masterpieces are different ways depending on who you ask and how you go from there. So next one up is Cloverfield. Cloverfield, I believe I saw. It kind of gave me vertigo when I watched it. I was like really, really watching. When I watched it, it was one of those movies that really kind of made me feel like I was like with different headspace when I watched Cloverfield because it was like, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, they had a camera shooting all over the place. So you didn't know what was going on half the time because of the fact that It was always one of those movies that, it seemed like it was going to be good. The previews made it look really good, but then when you saw it and you had all that stuff going on, it was like giving me a headache. So I'm gonna literally list it as not my thing, because I was trying to hope for good things with it, but it didn't come off like I wanted it to, and kind of went from there. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's an alien movie, so if you get a chance to check it out, and you're okay with having the camera fly all over the place, you'll be fine with it. But for me, it wasn't super great when I actually watched it, and kind of went from there. The next one is from the Black Lagoon. I did not see that movie, so I have no opinion on that one, because I do not remember that one. I think that came out way before my time. Just looking at the actual poster is definitely showing me that it's something I have not seen in a long time. The Crow, I don't remember either. Crow, I do not remember. I would love to say I remember The Crow, but I don't remember it. So I'm going to have to list that as not having an opinion on it, because I don't remember. Dracula, I don't remember seeing that one. This one looks like it's the older version of Dracula. I don't remember seeing this version of it, so I'm kind of, at a loss for that one. Escape Room is also another one I haven't seen before. I'm actually going to check out the trailer for this one, just to see if I would actually be interested in actually watching this. So let me actually look it up real quick for the Escape Room, and we will go from there and actually see what exactly is going on with the Escape Room. So this is the Escape Room official trailer 4 years ago, so this is just recently. And of course, you gotta go through the infamous thing. So moving on.
Little boxes on the hillside. Little boxes made of ticky-tacky. Little boxes on the hillside. And they all look just the same.
Priority mail, okay. Got mail. You got
You
here.
want to control your life, but life isn't a science experiment. You can't contain your world forever. Try doing one thing that scares you over break, okay?
Go, what you hadn't done that one?
This serves as an entry voucher
For Minos escape rooms.
Be the first to escape our most immersive room yet.
And win $1 million.
Oh yeah, that's never gonna well.
So, when does the game start?
Now.
I think this is the escape room.
We should look for clues. What are we looking for here?
Anything that looks like a puzzle or a code. It looks like an oven dial. That looks real.
It's gonna warm up in here.
Excuse me, we'd like our hit now, please.
Well, that's creepy as hell.
Yep.
Is it getting hotter? How do we get out of here?
It's Fahrenheit 451. Got it!
Oh.
Talk about immersive.
What's wrong with you? That was real.
Escape room.
Dumb question. Are we outside? So we get this figured out, so we get the hell out of here.
Lose. Or die. Oh.
Who will do this?
Little boxes on the hillside. Little boxes made of ticky-tacky.
They're watching us. They know every move that we're making.
There's a big farm.
They knew everything about us.
This is my hospital bed.
Me too. They made these rooms for us.
Have you ever seen things that weren't there before?
I am not imagining this.
Surviving is a choice.
That's why they chose us.
And they all look.
That looks pretty interesting. Okay, just from the trailer, that looks pretty interesting. Just actually seeing that. So I'm gonna listen to this one as haven't seen it, but I'm interested in seeing that one. Just kind of because of the fact that they have a kind of nice thing going on with actual holographic projections going on. And it looks like it's one of the rooms that's really gonna drive you kind of crazy trying to figure out exactly how to escape, because again, you either escape or die. So again, you have to figure out how to kind of go from there. Evil Dead 2. I don't believe I've seen that one. I don't think I've had the pleasure of seeing that one. So I'm actually going to look that up real quick. Evil Dead trailer. Okay, so this just recently came out, maybe 2 years ago. Actually, no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Evil Dead 2, and this is Actually, no, this just recently came out. Hold on. Evil Dead Rise, Evil Dead 2. That's what it said. You said Evil Dead 2, if I'm not mistaken. So, um, oh, it's based off a game. Okay, I see. Okay, so that looks kind of interesting. Evil Dead Rise 2022. I'm not sure if that's the right thing or not, but I have not had the pleasure of seeing that movie. Possibly interested in seeing it. I'm not sure yet. I kind of can go from there. I'm not sure about that one. Frankenstein. I have not seen this one. I can tell this was an older version of this one. This looks like it came out way back when, and definitely hasn't aged very well. What is this? Frozen? I'm not sure. Never heard of this one. Look at Frozen. Frozen movie trailer. Horror movie trailer. Let's see if it comes up. Frozen. Okay, so this looks like the trailer for it. Let's check out this trailer real quick. Let's just check it out. Pardon the ads that they're getting out, but you know, it is what it is. So you gotta give us a little second with those. Can I go from there?
So that abortion access can remain safe and legal in Illinois.
Okay. Frozen. Obviously, it looks like it takes place on a mountain type thing, so hopefully there's a little more to that. 30 million skiers and snowboarders in the U.S.
Last run, gotta make it count.
There are over 5,000 chairlifts operating. So a matter of time. But someone gets left behind. Oh. And how do for skiing what Jaws did for swimming.
No one knows that we're up here.
This is so messed up.
You think?
It's Sunday, and they're not opening until Friday.
Oh wow.
We're here all week. We're gonna die.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I don't want to die again! Help!
Ouch. Ooh. Ouch. That hurts. Okay, so basically this looks like it's basically a movie of getting left behind on a chairlift in the middle of nowhere and kind of going from there. I honestly, I'm not sure. I mean, I little like it may be interesting, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna have no opinion because it looks like it's primarily just gonna be on a chairlift. They're gonna just figure out a way to get down. Although a big question is, who guys are gonna does not check to see to make sure that nobody's still left on your chairlift before you leave. You know, if you know you're gonna be gone for a long period of time, why not do that and kind of go from there? So, again, I'm not familiar with that one, so I haven't seen it, so I have no opinion on it. Happy Death Day, another one I have not seen. I literally gonna say I have no opinion on that one because I have not seen that one. A lot of these look like the ones I have not seen before. So please forgive me if I haven't seen all of these. So it's kind of one of those things where sometimes you haven't seen everything, but you've seen enough stuff. So kind of go from there. House of Wax, I think I have not seen that one, but I think I said I'd definitely be interested in seeing that. I haven't seen it before. I Am Legend. Now, I Am Legend is a good movie. It got a lot of mixed reviews because of what happened in the movie. Now, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie, and again, it's been out for years, basically what's going on is Will Smith's character is a doctor. Basically, they bring about a plague that is killing mankind. He and his dog are pretty much one of the last people alive. He ended up finding like a small family, a female and her son. So it kind of takes them in and kind of takes care for them. But he's trying to find a cure for what's going on. It basically ends, and again, spoilers. It basically ends by him actually killing himself. He is giving the actual antidote or the actual cure to the woman so she can get away with her son, and they escape up north. And it kind of shows the end was just kind of him blowing this thing up after he finds the actual cure. Again, this got mixed reviews because people some for some reason didn't like it as much. I felt that it was pretty good. It wasn't super great, but it wasn't super bad either. So honestly, I'm gonna list this as probably really good. You know, at least in my view, I think it's really good because I really enjoyed just actually watching that. And, you know, every once in a while when it comes on, I actually would check it out and kind of go from there because I thought it was a good movie. So next one up is Interview with the Vampire. Interview with the Vampire is definitely one of those ones that you can almost call a masterpiece because it had a lot of elements to it. You know, granted, it wasn't a super scary movie. I'm not sure if you really want to list it as a scary movie because it kind of seemed like it was more of a drama type movie, but it wasn't really a horror movie. But you know, it had Tom Cruise and it had Brad Pitt in it, which were two great characters that they played. Lestat was one of the characters, and I forgot Louis was the other character. That's the name. Louis was the other character that was also in the movie. Honestly, I thought it was a really good film. I will not list this as a not interested. I will list this as probably I'm gonna call it really good, but you know, again, it's not a masterpiece because again, it was really well put together. But I'm not gonna call it a masterpiece because I do not think it was. But I think it was really good. It's definitely not bad. I might move it up to near perfect must see, but I definitely think it's gonna be between those two, really good or must see. You can kind of go from there. So that's kind of how I am with the list. The next one I'm not familiar with either, so I'm gonna put haven't seen, no opinion because I have not seen it. Was the Antichrist? I have not seen it before, so again that's gonna go on that list. What is this? Let Me In. I have never seen that movie. Don't know anything about it, so I can't put it in there. Mama. I have never seen before, so I have no opinion on that one. Nosferatu. I have no opinion on. I have never seen it before. Pet Cemetery. Oh yeah, Pet Cemetery was a good one. Again, if you're not familiar with Pet Cemetery, basically, family basically buries a pet in the cemetery that they aren't supposed to be burying it in, and of course, you know, the cat and everything comes back to life and kind of goes from there. It was a good movie. I like Pet Cemetery. I think it's a really good film. Definitely worth the watch if you never watched it before. So I'm gonna list this as really good and kind of go from there. So again, that's my spot I would put it. Again, if you feel differently, definitely let me know. But again, that's how I feel about it. Phantasm. Phantasm was one of the interesting movies because I remember the movie because of the stupid flying ball. It's like the flying ball would like fly around and it buzzing, it's like drill into your head and stuff like that. It was pretty good when I saw it as a kid. I'm gonna actually list this as entertaining one. It didn't age super great, but it still was worthwhile to watch it if you have never seen it before. But I would say definitely give it a watch if you get a chance and just check it out and kind of go from there. What is this? Something Psycho? Hitchcock Cycle? I've not seen it before, and I don't know if I'm really interested. Anyway, damn it, 40 minutes in, I missed so much, sir. That's all right. You know, let me just go back and show you some of the stuff that I was working on. So I'm working on a list of tiers for horror movies. So some of these I haven't seen before. Did your hair get longer overnight? Actually, what it was is that had my hair up, so it was like kind of braided in. So I took it down just recently because I said I want to actually just do something different, at least for the moment, with my hair. So I actually took it down, so it's actually longer because of that. But yeah, so this is the list. So we have S masterpiece, we have A near perfect, must see, really good, entertaining, not my thing, Garbo, haven't seen but interested, haven't seen, no opinion, and not interested. Now again, I have not seen every horror movie that is on the planet. There are a lot of horror movies that came out before I was born. There are a lot out currently that I haven't seen before, that I've never heard of. And this list apparently, you know, has gotten to a lot of those that I have not seen before. But anyway, so the first one, of course, I put as a near perfect, I thought was really good, was Candyman. I always enjoyed Candyman. Great movie. I thought Tony Todd did a great job in it. Arachnophobia, I thought was really good because Arachnophobia was one of those movies that you very rarely saw insects like spiders being used like that. in the movie, so that was really good. A fun fact that I actually wanted to put out there for you guys, if you didn't know, and I said this earlier about Candyman, is that Candyman, Tony Todd actually got paid extra for that movie because of the fact that they were using real bees in the actual movie. Now, what happened was that every time he would get stung, he would get paid $1,000 every time he got stung by a bee. Now, if you actually watch the movie, you remember that he had his mouth open, he had all those bees flying around him and stuff like that, and then obviously some of them are going to sting him, obviously, because of the fact that, his mouth is open, you get around all these bees, you don't have no type of protection. So, again, I don't think he went to any type of anaphylactic shock, but I know for me, if you're getting stung by like that, you're going to pay me extra for that. So he got paid like $1,000 extra for every bee sting he got. So that really was respectable that they did that for him. And I would have demanded that myself, especially if we got stung. I'm not sure if he got stung with 10 times or how many times he got stung, but I definitely would have, basically said, yeah, you're going to pay me extra for that one. Another really good one, I Am Legend. I Am Legend I really like because of the fact that I Am Legend is it's good because it's a zombie movie. It kind of had a switch. The ending people didn't like. Spoilers again if you have never seen I Am Legend. Basically, he ends up killing himself at the end. Basically, get this cure out with this young lady and her son, and kind of going from there. And a lot of people were not really too keen on how it turned out, so people were feeling some type of way about it, which is understandable because again, it's not exactly the way people want to end. People probably want to end with either he found a cure, why not just actually just save yourself, but again he helped them get out. I Am Legend is great. Yeah, I thought it was a good movie too, but again it got a lot of mixed reviews. I was okay with it. It got a lot of mixed reviews from people. A lot of people were feeling like it was not the greatest in the world, but I thought it was pretty good, honestly and truthfully, and I said, you know what, it's still a really good movie. Another really good one, I said I can move up as well, Interview with a Vampire. Interview with a Vampire, I don't quite consider a horror movie as more of a drama, because it wasn't really horror like that. I wanted to call it more of a drama and something like a suspense movie, so I don't know if I really would call that a horror movie. With Interview with a Vampire, it had a few scary moments in it, but it wasn't really scary like that, like you would think. I loved Tom Cruise as well as I love Brad Pitt in this movie. They did a perfect job in this thing. I thought it was really good. So honestly, I thought that it was really good. Another really good one, Pet Sematary. I like Pet Sematary. Good movie. Came out years ago. I want to kind of say came out, oh my God, I want to say late 80s. It came out, early 90s. That's what the original Pet Sematary came out. Now, they did have the remake that did come out. I'm not sure if that is actually on the list. The remake I did see, which is pretty good, I thought. And honestly, I would say, if anything, it definitely was worthwhile to actually watch that and kind of go from there. 28 Days Later, I thought it was a good movie. Good. Is a kind of, I want to kind of call it a foreign film because it took place overseas. It wasn't here in America, but it was a good movie because of the fact that you saw a different aspect of how people dealt with a virus that attacked people, turned people into zombies, and how they kind of escape from the situation they were in and kind of going from there. Another good one, American Psycho. I put entertaining. I don't remember super well, but I remember seeing it. My boy. Christian Bale does a great job in it. I honestly, I will always know Christian Bale, and I will take this to the grave, even though I'm a huge Michael Keaton fan. I think that Christian Bale did a terrific job in the Batman series that he was in. So you're a huge movie buff. I'm not gonna say I'm a huge movie buff, but I've seen a good portion of movies. I haven't seen every movie. I will never attest to that, but I've seen enough of them. I used to try to get around. My dad was huge on movies. My dad would always, this is going back, this is showing my age right here. My dad always used to have the tapes. You remember the tapes way back in, the VHS tapes that you could record like 3 movies on and stuff like that? My dad used to have a bunch of this, a gang of these at home. And he would always sit there and watch them, and he would always record movies and stuff like that on them. And, we would watch them as kids. I was not the first person to go watch a scary movie, but, when my family was there, I definitely made sure that I would go watch it as well. No, don't say it. He wasn't the best Batman. How dare you, sir? I am going to say it. Honestly, for me, I will say that Christian Bale has done a phenomenal job with that one. Second would only probably be Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton also did a great job with the Batman roles, too. I loved him in Batman. And then, of course, Batman Returns was a good one. I'm honestly going to say I did not enjoy George Clooney as Batman. I did not enjoy that one. That was not one with Jim Carrey. Can I speak to the manager? Oh, technically you could speak to the manager, but just the way my setup and my channel is set up, I'm the head guru, the head cheese, the big man, the HNIC, and kind of go from there. So, so I kind of am the person that actually gives off the whole thing about how exactly it works. But anyway, next one up would be Crimson the Corn. Good old school movie. Came out way back when. Stephen King movie. Great movie. Kids going crazy, doing crazy stuff, killing people, and kind of going from there. Good movie. Phantasm, another good movie. Again, some of these last two ones are older movies, but when they came out, they were good. They definitely had their moments. They made you actually want to watch them. They were really good. Honestly, I would watch them to this day. Phantasm, I scared me a little bit because I was always afraid that sometime down the hallway, there would be some type of ball flying down the hallway, buzzing all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden hit you square in the head and just start drilling and doing some stuff. So his face is too big for the mask. Like the way his face is for the new Batman. The new one that just came out. You talking about the new one that just came out? I forgot what the guy's name is. Drawing a blank on the guy's name. I have to look it up. That's one. May I ask the stream question? Sure. Go right ahead. What's the stream question? Kind of go from there. So, and then next one, well, of course, I had Not My Thing was 10 Cloverfield Lane and Cloverfield. Honestly, I was not a huge fan of Cloverfield because of the fact that felt like it gives me vertigo. A lot of times when I was actually watching it, it would mess me up because of the fact that I would just sit up there and be trying to keep up with the camera, talking Ben. Oh, Ben Affleck? We talking Ben Affleck? Talking Ben. I'm trying to figure out exactly what you're talking about, Talking Ben. But yeah, so 10 Cloverfield Lane. I remember that one too because I just watched the trailer for that with John Goodman. I remember that one because they were actually trapped downstairs in like a basement area. He was kind of holding them hostage, and they kind of didn't know why they were being held hostage. And then they figured out, you clearly love music. Why aren't you playing a little background music? Oh, the reason why I'm not playing a little background music is because of the fact that I don't want to get hit with copyright strikes and stuff like that. I don't have Spotify, so I didn't like Ben as Batman. Ben Affleck didn't do a great job either, at least in my view either. That's the reason why I didn't do it. I don't have a Spotify, so I don't have it set up yet like you do. I would have to actually ask you and probably off stream eventually how that works and kind of go from there. However, I did actually find your song that I actually was looking for because I remember you were saying it before, and I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and put his song on, and since you did show up today, I can play a little bit of it because I did hear it, and I said, you know what? If he does show up today, I'm definitely going to play a little bit of his song that he plays during his actual stream. So, again, if you're not familiar with the M. Westby, definitely check out M. Westby. He's a great streamer. He streams on a regular basis more than I do. He streams a lot of horror movies and things of that nature. I'm trying to remember if my shout-out thing works. My shout-out thing was kind of acting funny, but I will try to do it anyway, and hopefully it will work, but we'll see. And it is not working. Of course not. So, but anyway, so yeah, feel free to check out M. Westby and kind of go from there. But like I said, I wanted to play a little bit of your song for you. I wrote the music out of my VOD. Yeah, I'm not actually how to do that because I'm not 100% sure how to do that. But so I did find your song, so I put it on here for you. Try the new one. I'm about to try the new one. And needless to say, this is really one. I'm about to try a different one because I think it's something going on with the Streamlabs or Stream Elements. I'm sorry, and can go from there. So hopefully, I can go from there. I know, right? I found your song. I found it on YouTube. So I was like, you know what? If he comes in today, I gotta play it a little bit for him on the stream and kind of go from there. That way, he can go from there. I actually came outside to walk. That makes sense. Perfect song. Yeah. You know, that's a good song. You know, especially when you gotta do your fist bump and stuff like that when you do it. You gotta pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. You gotta pump it up, so you gotta pump it up. You gotta pump it up, pump down, pump it up. You gotta pump it up, look you go, pump it up. You gotta pump it up. You got to pump it up. No, 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 no. Since I was like, I can't ask how was your work week. So far so good, you know, and it was a good work week, you know, just going through the motions of doing assignments and kind of going from there. But yeah, tomorrow is Friday Eve. Yes, sir, Friday Eve. I always look forward to Friday Eve, you know, and anything that definitely makes me feel like, you know, I'm almost at the end of the week. I can kind of relax for the weekend and kind of go from there. So hopefully everything be good to go. But back to my little list. So I haven't seen but interested. Soul Train, I'm not familiar with that one. Sweeney Todd, I said I thought I watched that movie, but I cannot remember for the life of me if I've actually seen that one. I can't remember if I've seen that one, but it's been so if it has been a long time. Escape Room is definitely one I have not seen. Evil Dead 2, I have not seen that one. House of Wax, I don't remember watching that either, but I'm definitely interested in seeing these particular movies. So I'm definitely going to probably save this list and kind of go from there. They have a bunch down here I've never seen before. They have Fantastic Planet, which looks like it's an old school movie. I think this is Akira 313, I think that's what that is. 30 Days of Night, I haven't seen that one. Let Me In, I haven't seen that one. This one is called ABC of Death. I have not seen that one. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Again, that's probably before my time. What is this one? The Crow. I can't say I have seen that one. If I have, I don't remember that one very well. Dracula is old school. I have not seen that one. Frankenstein. Fantasia. Of course, I've seen Fantasia. Frankenstein, I have not seen. Now, this was an interesting one we just watched the trailer for. Was Frozen. Frozen actually is a movie where I just saw basically these three people get stuck on a chairlift in the middle of nowhere, and they are stuck on this chairlift because apparently somebody did not check to see if these people were on this chairlift, and now they have to figure out a way down, which is kind of interesting. Kind of reminds me of another movie I saw way back when, but I can't remember the name of it. But it looks kind of like a survival movie, so it looks like it's new school. It just came out recently. I want to say in the last couple of years, so it looks kind of interesting to kind of see. Happy Death Day, have not seen that one. Antichrist, haven't seen that one. I haven't seen Mama. I'm not sure what this one is. Hell Yes, I have not seen that one. Mosfato, I haven't seen that one. Psycho, I have not seen that one. Reanimator, I saw the trailer for it. It did not look interesting. It looked like it was just too outdated for me, and kind of went from there. I do remember a character that was in there. He actually was in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I remember him being in that, so he was definitely a good particular actor in that particular series. He was on a guest star most of the time in Star Trek. He played as one of the subordinates to the founders. Resident Evil, I remember Resident Evil. Resident Evil was a good movie to me. I remember that because, again, when the game came out, it was definitely one of those movies that you definitely enjoyed seeing. I'm not going to call it a perfect, but I definitely think it was a must-see because it definitely kicked off a good series, started a series. Now, at a certain point, you got too many of them. I think they've gotten to a point where they've had too many of them, where it's like, you know, you kind of need to cut it off at a certain point, let it go. And they've been kind of kept going on with the franchise and kind of going from there. So, you know, but again, I think it's a near perfect. I'm not going to call it it's a must-see. I definitely say people should see that and kind of go from there. Next one up, Scream 2. Scream 2 is a good movie. I like Scream 2. Scream 2 is a good movie, a good sequel to the first Scream. Of course, you know, we have our slasher who we don't know what was going on because, of course, he kept his stuff hidden. But it was a good movie. I enjoyed. Really, I thought it was a really good movie, Scream 2. So I definitely would watch it again. A good slasher film. So if you're into slasher films, definitely check out Scream 2. That's definitely a good one to watch as well. Next one on the list, Silent Hill. Silent Hill, I think I only saw it one time. It was kind of weird. I didn't understand what exactly was going on with that one, but it was okay. I mean, it wasn't super great. But I'm on a list that's not my thing because I was not a super fan of it. I think that it was okay, but again, I would not. This would not. That probably wouldn't be the first thing I actually would sit there and watch and kind of go from there. So again, this just my list is for the moment, and kind of go from there. Next one up is Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow I thought was pretty interesting. It wasn't a scary movie. It was more about, kind of a revenge type story. Ichabod Crane, aka Johnny Depp, did a good job in it. I'm gonna list it as entertaining because I didn't think it was like a masterpiece. Definitely wasn't a masterpiece. It was pretty good. Headless Horseman. I enjoyed Christina Ricci. She did a great job in it. And he was very much in tune with her and very much in love with her at the time. So it was good seeing them together in the movie, but it was entertaining. That's about all I really can say. It wasn't really super good, but it had funny moments, and then it had the serious moments that kind of went from there. I felt like, serious moments, were serious. The funny moments were definitely funny. That's why I listed as entertaining because there's a little bit of everything in it for me. Next one up, Smiley. I have never seen that one before. I can actually look up the trailer for Smiley. That looks like it might be movie trailer. Let's look it up real quick. Let's just see what they're talking about for Smiley. The Smiley trailer. It's coming out 2022. All right, let's check this out real quick. Let's see what they're talking about with the Smiley.
Let's go over this again.
You called in to report a murder.
Okay.
Maybe two. You don't know. And you say that all these murders were performed by the same guy, this Smiley, who wears a mask.
You just killed somebody and I just killed somebody. I don't know.
You called Smiley and he came. Something's been awakened. Like something's been born.
He chased me and he got me. He ripped my shirt.
This never happened.
What if he comes for the people who call him? Have you thought about that?
Everything's gonna end.
I just want to stop.
Stop trying to find out what it is. You're bringing it to us.
Are you on the wrong end of some kind of prank?
Smiley's trying to kill me.
Interesting. Okay. So this came out so this actually is about 10 years old. Yeah, about 10 years old. So it looks like it reminds me of if anything, it reminds me of Candyman or Bloody Mary or something like that, where you actually gotta summon the person to you and it kind of does this thing from there. Honestly, I'd say that I may check that out. So I haven't seen it, but I'd definitely be interested in maybe checking it out and kind of going from there, just kind of see it. Suspirado. We're gonna list that as haven't seen. I have no opinion on it. I don't even know what to even make. I'm gonna assume it's like a horror movie where a slasher movie and then kind of go from there. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I have to look it up again. But it looks like it's an old school movie, so I'm not really as interested to see it as I would be if I was younger and kind of going from there. Suspiria, haven't heard of it before, so I have no opinion. Wolfman, have not seen that one. That's probably way before my time, and kind of go from there. I'm trying to see what this next one is. Let me see what this next one is. I have no clue what this next one is. Something, The Boy? The Boy? Huh. Never heard of it. So let's actually check that one out. I've never heard of The Boy. That sounds funky. Name sounds funky. I'm not sure what the name means, but The Boy. Let's see what this trailer is talking about. The Boy. Huh. It's kind of interesting. See what this is. I'm not sure what it is. I'm just checking it out because I have no clue what this is about. So let's find out.
We've had a number of potential nannies.
Oh, I know her.
Already. Do you think you can manage?
Of course.
I'm welcome.
Hi.
I'm the grocery boy. Well, grocery man.
Yeah.
Either way, allow me to introduce Mr. Hilscher. And this is our son, Ron.
Are you serious? It's a doll.
Music gives him so much joy.
Brahms is not like
Oh,
children.
hell
It's very
no.
important that you follow these rules. Be good to him and he'll be good to you.
No offense, Brahms, but you kind of creep me out.
Leave him alone. Oh, snap.
You okay?
I needed someone else to see it.
See what?
If you leave him alone, then I'll give you a sign.
This is like some kind of magic trick, right?
It's not a trick. Tell me about the real Brahms.
He was downright strange. A little girl from town used to come out here to play with Brahms. They found her body in the woods. By the time the police arrived, the place was up in flames. Brahms didn't make it out.
Hello?
No one's been up there for years.
Well, I've seen this. You've seen it?
You wouldn't hurt me, would you, Brahms?
Yeah.
It's not safe in this house.
You don't understand what's happening. He's alive.
He's a real boy. Oh. The boy.
You will be good to him, won't you?
Wow. Okay. I gotcha. So he says a good movie I would recommend watching. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty good. So honestly, I think I'm gonna move that up on the list to actually put that as interesting, haven't seen but interesting to see, because it looks like it's gonna be it looks like a Chucky movie, in a way. I don't remember Chucky. Everybody remembers Chucky or Child's Play. Just so you know, as a kid, your parents not telling you, and again, my parents never told me this. You know, when they told me the name Child's Play, that's very misleading to a child. Telling a child that this movie is called Child's Play, and of course, your child not knowing anything about Child's Play. Again, this movie came out in the 90s. I remember this movie because again, it came out when I was a kid. It was during the time of my buddy and the kid's sister. Again, I'm showing my age here. And after watching that movie, that I never wanted any type of figure, doll, stuffed animal, anything nearby me ever again because of that movie, because it was just that horrible, just watched as a movie, because it was just that scary, and I just did not want to have any of those near me, so I was never going to actually have those ever by me again until, voila, now we have a billion of these things called Funko Pops in my house, which I thoroughly enjoy. And of course, whenever I get a chance, I buy a few more of them, kind of go from there. And it's an addiction that obviously I need to stop, but I haven't stopped yet. But anyway, moving on. The next one up is the one and only Conundrum. J-Mob, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. If you're don't know J-Mob is my boy. He used to stream Fortnite. I'm not sure if he's coming back anytime in the near future. I hope he does. But he is a great Fortnite player. I forever watch his videos and always try to make sure that I get to leave a comment. Make sure he's doing good and stuff like that, because he's my boy. He moved, so he's in a different area now. So, but I hope he's doing well, and I always appreciate his streams. Whenever he does stream, I always try to stop in if I can. Again, J-Mob, he actually streams on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, definitely give him a follow, if he comes back again. But you can always check out his older videos as well. He does a great job in being very entertaining. He has a nice audience that watches him. The sub is fire. I appreciate that, and I actually changed it up a little bit. So if you actually want to see it, so let me go ahead and change it up real quick so you actually can see it real quick. So this is a little bit more full of setup that you can kind of see a little bit better now. Again, this is on like one side of what I have here. But again, I did make changes to it and kind of go in from there. because again, I started gaining more Funko Pops. Unfortunately, it kind of ballooned and kind of went from there. But I really love the fact that I'm able to collect all the things that I collect and display them really well. I'm thinking about eventually moving myself to a different area or changing it around and kind of going from there because I've expanded a lot more than I was expecting to. But again, it's one of those things where I thoroughly enjoy what I collect, and I collect a lot of different things, and they always are in different spots, and they always look very nice on display and kind of go from there. But I definitely want to make sure that eventually I'm able to move to a different spot with more space and kind of go from there. But we'll see in the near future, so hopefully I can. But going back real quick. So again, this is my list I was doing. In case you didn't know, J-Mob, this is a list I'm doing. I'm doing a tier list of scary movies, or horror movie thriller films that came out. Again, I have the list, of course, that they have S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, F tier. Haven't seen, no opinion, and not interested. So this is kind of where I am now with my list of movies, the horror movies. Again, I'm doing this because Halloween has come up recently, and I definitely want to actually, do something more Halloween in tune with that. Also, definitely check out M. Westby as well. Check out Sir Emo. Sir Emo also streams. He streams Apex Legends as well as some other games. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he streams Call of Duty as well. And after I get done doing this, so I'm going to actually jump to a new game that I just found that I just got a beta for, which is called The Last Descendant. So I'm actually going to be streaming that a little bit, and after I get done with this list, and kind of go from there. Next one is The Craft. I have seen The Craft before. It was a good film. Basically, these girls get these kind of witch type powers and kind of go from there. I think that was a really good film. My girl from, and I can't think of Rachel True. I think that's her name, Rachel True. Love that girl. Beautiful woman. Love that girl to death. She has been excellent as a actress, and she was definitely a great in this film, and I always thought it was really good. So I'm going to put it as a really good film. Definitely entertaining, and it was really good as well. So if you haven't got a chance to watch that, definitely check that out. It's definitely worthwhile. The Mist. I have seen The Mist once. The Mist for me was kind of entertaining. It was not a film I would call really good or anything better than that. I think this is a Stephen King movie, if I'm not mistaken. Basically, I think this is the one where they get trapped in like a grocery store. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they get trapped in a grocery store. And it's like a mist around, and there's something in the mist that's taking people away. I think that's what it was. If I'm wrong, please forgive me, but I think that's what was going on in that particular movie, and kind of gone from there. But again, it was a great. It's a great entertaining film, but like I said, it wasn't the top notch. It wasn't where you would put it at the top of everything that you would thought would be great, but it was still a good movie nonetheless, and I put it as entertaining value. Next one up is, what is this? I'm going to zoom in on this. I'm sorry, I had to zoom in on this. The Purge. Oh, you know what? I never watched The Purge. I don't know why I never watched The Purge, but I didn't watch The Purge, and I feel bad that I never actually watched The Purge. I'm definitely interested in watching it, but I know it came out years ago because it was one Purge and there was two Purges. And if I'm not mistaken, it was basically a day where it's like all laws were canceled and people were doing like the most crazy, ridiculous things that you could think of, killing each other and all types of stuff. So I definitely am gonna have to check out The Purge. I don't think I've seen that before. Signs, I don't remember seeing. I'm gonna list this as possibly interested in seeing this. I don't remember seeing Signs. If I did, it was a long time ago, and I don't remember very well, so I can't say that I've seen that one. So I haven't heard bad things about it, but I haven't heard super great things about it. So I can't really say. The Witch, I have not seen before, but just because I just seen this, I'm gonna actually look this up to actually see what it looks like, because I'm not sure what exactly The Witch is about. So let's go ahead and just check out the trailer real quick and see if it's actually something worthwhile seeing or not. Just kind of get an idea about going from there, because I don't know. It could be anything, but let's see.
What went we out into this wilderness to find?
Okay.
Leaving our country, kindred, our fathers' houses.
Mm-hmm.
For what? For the kingdom of God. That's his pride.
This is not gonna end well. Oh. Okay. Must be nice to watch without getting copyright. You know what? I think what it is though is that because I'm only doing like small snippets, I'm doing trailers and stuff. I think I'm okay for the moment. Now, if I do get copyright,
You've cursed this family.
definitely we'll find out about it definitely later on down the line in the near future and kind of go up from there. But I think I'm okay for the moment. If not, they'll definitely let me know about it.
Who's there?
Oh, I wouldn't go in there.
Oh God, my Lord, and now begin. Oh, help me and don't leave my sin. For I repentant thou shalt be. From evil I will turn to thee. None ever shall destroy my faith. For I repentant thou shalt be. Oh God, my Lord, and now begin. Oh, help me and don't leave my sin. For I repentant thou shalt be. From evil I will turn to thee.
Let us leave the work.
V. Why does it have a V like that? I'm wondering. What's with the V? Okay. Anyway, I don't know about that one. That one looks interesting. I'm gonna leave that where I have seen no opinion for that one because just from the trailer, it didn't look like it was gonna be super great. But again, I don't know. I mean, it gives off it gives out the old school witch vibe, but it doesn't give off enough vibe to say I need to go see that as soon as possible. It might be something you might watch at home and just kind of go from there. So again, that's just my thoughts on it. Hopefully, like I said, people think it'd be better than that. Next one, 13 Ghosts. I love 13 Ghosts. 13 Ghosts was a really good one, I thought, because of the fact that it was one of those films where there was a lot going on. I felt like, a lot of things were happening all at one time. Again, if you're not familiar with 13 Ghosts.
Welcome to Applebee's Got Burgers, where $1 gets you 5 boneless wings.
But anyway, 13 Ghosts was one of those films where basically this man's nephew had gotten this house. His wife had just died, and he had a son and daughter. Basically, they end up inheriting this house from his uncle, who ended up supposedly dying. Spoilers. Of course, you've seen this before. If you're not, then I apologize in advance because I'm giving away the story. But they end up getting this house. This house is basically a house that is supposed to be, really, it's a glass house. He got it. He doesn't, from his uncle, he doesn't know anything about the house. Now, the uncle is actually trying to get to a portal that I believe will take him into, I think, the past, the future, or something like that. It's supposed to be kind of like one of those gateway type things. And there's 13 ghosts in there, 13 different ghosts. One of them, again, spoilers, ends up being his wife that's actually in the house, and kind of going from there. And the ghosts get let out after a certain period of time. So it was a good movie. I love the house that they used. It was a very nice house. No privacy whatsoever. I could not understand how you would want to build a house like this, but again, it wouldn't be a movie if they actually didn't make it that way. But it did have no type of privacy. I'm just like, man, if I gotta go to the bathroom, everybody and their mama out here can see me going to the bathroom and everything else, and I don't think that's cool in my view to actually have to go to the bathroom and everybody just sit up there watching me doing my business. So I don't think that's a need to know basis type thing. But 13 Ghosts, I think, was a near perfect movie. I definitely felt like it was worthwhile. If you haven't seen it before, definitely a good movie to check out. And I will go on to the next one. So the next one is Tremors. I like Tremors. Tremors did not get a lot of pull. The first one was good. The second one was not bad, but the third one was they just kept going way too much with that. And honestly, I'm gonna call this a really good movie. I'm not gonna call it a perfect movie. I'm not gonna call it a masterpiece. It's hard to find a masterpiece movie because you have to have a little bit of all elements when it comes to the actual particular movie. And very few movies that I have seen will actually get off to actually being a masterpiece at least in my view. Tremors was a good movie. I watched it to this day. Fred Ward was in it. Also, Kevin Bacon was in it. It's a really good movie. Basically, if you're not familiar with Tremors basically are graboids, or they're sub creatures, or like worms that have tongues, that 3 tongues that shoot out of their mouth, and they eat people underneath the ground. If you had to be walking on the ground, it was very good at the time when it came out. It was definitely had not been done like that before with the videography that they had done, and I thought it was really good at the time because again, this is coming out in the 90s when this came out, so it was really good. I thought it was a really good movie, and it was worthwhile just seeing it and kind of going from there. Next one up, Van Helsing. Van Helsing, I really liked. I'm actually gonna put this as a. I'm gonna put it as really good. I'm not gonna put it as a perfect because I would not call this a perfect horror movie. Although it is a good horror / action movie for me. I love the way Hugh Jackman played the role. I thought they were actually gonna come out with a sequel to this film at one point. At least I felt like they were, but they never actually did. Van Helsing going against Dracula, and meeting Frankenstein's monster, and a bunch of Igor and a bunch of other different people. And I think it was a really good film. It had a lot of action to it, very entertaining. It was really good. So if you're looking for a good action, entertaining movie, I definitely would suggest Van Helsing as a movie to watch. Next one up is The Wicker Son. I have not seen that one. I think it's Wicker Son. I think that's what it says. I'm going to zoom in on that. The Wicker Man. The Wicker Man. I have not seen that one, so I'm not really familiar with that one. So I have no real opinion on that one. So I really can't even say exactly how I feel that one because I don't know. So I'm gonna lift that one over there. If you've seen it before, definitely let me know. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, and kind of go from there. Next one, World War Z. I remember this movie. Very, very well. For me, it was pretty entertaining. I will not call this a masterpiece. Most definitely won't be a masterpiece. I'm listing it as entertaining because basically I believe this was Tom Cruise. I think this was Tom Cruise. I think was in World War Z. I think that's him. But let me see real quick. Look it up. World War Z. So 2013 was who was starring in that screenplay? Let's see, Paramount. Let's see. Let's look at the cast. Kind of go from there and see if we know. Brad Pitt. Okay, I had it right. It was one time. It was Brad Pitt. It wasn't a bad movie, honestly, but it wasn't super great either. Basically, they were trying to get they were trying to get away, but these zombies were on steroids. I'm telling you, I had never seen zombies move so fast in my life until I saw World War Z. I'm literally looking at these things climbing walls. Like, if you're familiar with Apex Legends, there's a character named Revenant. They were climbing walls like Revenant. Revenant was just like, they were just going through this stuff like it was cake. They were just running like ultra speeds. And I was like, really? That's how zombies move in this movie? They can move that fast where it's like that many people hitting off at one time? But, again, it was one of those movies where I think it was entertaining, but it definitely wasn't a masterpiece. Next one, Zombieland. I like Zombieland because of the fact that it was one of those movies where you looking for the fried donut, not fried donut, fried Twinkie. The fried Twinkie. That was his whole objective for him. I want to say his name was it Dallas? But I think it was Dallas. I think his name was Dallas. But man, this whole premise was this fried. I forgot what the Twinkie, fried Twinkie. But it was hilarious. I found it so funny because of the fact that it was one of those movies where you had more comedy than horror because of the fact that, again, this is the end of the world. He is actually the guy who's actually the main guy is actually playing. I forget his name, but he was in the social network, aka the Facebook movie. But he was basically surviving this by keeping a list of things you could not and could do during actual zombie apocalypse. Of course, one of the first things he said was the fat people went first. I took offense because of the fact that I am a bigger guy, and to hear that all of a sudden I would not make it because of the fact that I'm a bigger guy, I personally think I may make it a little further than just most. I mean, I'm gonna run, and my favorite thing was the double tap. Double tap was my big thing. The double tap was like one of the funniest things he always said. The double tap or the stroke of the hair thing. That was his other thing he said during the actual movie, which was really funny. But again, it was really funny. It's a great movie. I remember Bill Murray actually starred in it as well. Because one of the funny things about Bill Murray was that when they actually found his actual place, again spoilers, he had his initials up there, and we were like, what the heck is BM? Who is BM? And then all of a sudden we see him walk in, we realize that was him. It was like, oh, that's funny. It's funny. And it was hilarious, and he got shot in that. He asked him if he was going to be okay. And of course he looked at him like, no, I don't think he's going to be okay. He just got shot in the chest. Obviously he's going to die. So, it was a really good movie. I enjoyed Zombieland. So Zombieland's a good movie if you feel a good movie to watch. The Lost Boys. The Lost Boys is a good movie. It is not a perfect movie again. It's not a perfect movie. It is really good. It's very entertaining. My sister loved this movie. I don't know why. She would constantly watch this movie back to back to back to back to back. Mainly for the one song that they had in the movie that she thoroughly enjoyed. And she would listen to it all the time. And I looked at her like she was lost her ever-loving mind. Because that's all she would do was watch this movie. And she would listen to the song over and over and over again. It made me want to lose my mind. But again, it was a good vampire movie. Again, a little surprises going on toward the end with one of the main guys actually turned out to be a zombie. I'm sorry, not a zombie, but a vampire. So again, it was a good movie. If you get a chance to watch it, definitely check it out. I listed it as really good because I think it's a really good movie. The next one up is Coraline. Coraline was a good movie. That surprised me. It was very entertaining. I'm going to list it as a really good too. Or entertaining, one of the two. I enjoyed Coraline because of the fact that it was definitely a different way of perspective about going about this particular. It wasn't quite. I wouldn't call it a cartoon, but it was definitely had the elements of a cartoon. But it had a lot of. And I think I'm not sure if Tim Burton actually did this movie. I'm about to check and see, but it had Tim Burton vibes to it. Let me look at Coraline. Oh, is there going to be a Coraline too? Really? Let me see something. There's a trailer for that? No. Anyway, Coraline movie. So I thought, I know there was only one of them as far as I know, but I don't think that there was a second one coming out. Director, box office, art directors. I'm gonna look this up real quick. I'm trying to see who created this. Dakota Fanning, producer. Let me see if Tim Burton comes up. Tim Burton. Nope. But it had Tim Burton elements to it. I mean, if you're familiar with Tim Burton stuff, Coraline definitely had the elements of a Tim Burton movie. I love the fact that the unknown mother and stuff like that, and about having her to try to figure out how to find her parents because her parents were annoying her. It kind of gave me a little bit of a Beetlejuice type vibe to it, a little bit too, with the parents kind of annoying her and kind of let her doing her own thing, going from there. But it was a really good movie. I thought it was really good. I have it on DVD. I would watch it periodically from time to time, but it's definitely a worthwhile movie. So if you haven't seen that one, definitely check it out and kind of go from there. Alien. Oh my God, Alien. Oh, now this is a really good movie. Now I would actually list Alien or Aliens. I definitely would put that up there at one of my top tier Alien. Alien was a really good movie because of the fact that they had xenomorphs that came out in this movie. You basically had a lot. And actually, I'm gonna move Candyman up here to my top tier. So I'm actually gonna change my mind and move Candyman up. But Alien is a good movie because of the fact that it was during the late 70s, early 80s when I believe this movie came out. Again, they showed the xenomorphs, which was very different from what they had before when it came to creatures. And then, of course, when they actually had the had the babies, or to say had the eggs that attached to the face with the face huggers, it was definitely very different because you hadn't seen anything like that before. It was a fun fact, and I looked this up because I've seen someone else actually report on this. Top 10 things that people didn't know about the movie. They actually said that when they actually had the alien pop out, again, spoiler alert, when the aliens actually popped out of the actual person, the guy that was in it, the actual director never told the cast anything about this actually happening. So literally, they had no clue this was about to happen. They were all completely in the dark. So their reactions were literally the actual reactions they had to the actual alien popping out of his chest. Now, anybody who saw that, your mouth was like the whole entire time, because you were looking like this thing just popped out of this man's chest like that, and it was like unbelievably nuts, because you never saw something like that before on screen like that before. But I definitely appreciate the Alien. I like Alien. I like Aliens. I like Aliens 3. Insurrection was okay, and then I think they had one more that came out, and then they had. I like the first, unpopular opinion, I did like the first Alien vs. Predator movie. I did like that one. Alien vs. Predator Requiem, I was not a super fan of. I didn't like that as much because it was too freaking dark. I mean, literally the whole thing was so dark you couldn't see what was going on. It was just like all over the place. I was like, did you guys not have any lighting, or was the lighting just not in the budget for this movie? But it was just so dark that you could really see what was going on, and I felt like they could have did a better job with that if they had the right lighting for something like that. So again, that's my view. Angel's Egg, I've never heard of, so I'm going to, but haven't seen, no opinion on. What is this? Sure what that is. What is that one? Is that A Quiet Place? A Quiet Place. I have not seen them in A Quiet Place. I'm not familiar with A Quiet Place. I'm about to look that up because I'm not familiar with it. I want to say I have heard of it, but I don't remember very well if I've seen it before. But let's check out the trailer real quick just to kind of get an idea. Okay. Those who have survived, okay. We don't have shoes no more? Oh, okay. There's by one rule. Stay quiet. Never make a sound. Okay. Okay. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm definitely interested in seeing it. That's pretty good. Quiet Place definitely makes it on the. Haven't seen it, but I'm interested. I'm interested in seeing it. I'd probably get catching on. I just saw it on Paramount. I know you had it listed on Paramount, but I definitely want to check out it on probably. I'm not sure if Netflix has it, but hopefully Netflix does have it. It does look like it might be pretty good. I definitely feel like it might be a good movie to check out and kind of go from there, because I am into a good horror movie. And again, I am doing a list of tiers of horror movies, and this little Quiet Place looks like it might be pretty good, and I definitely want to check it out and kind of go from there. Next one, oh yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. That was a class. These are class. Now these are the classic ones. The classic ones that you remember, that you loved as a kid. Nightmare on Elm Street was definitely one of those movies. That was one of the movies that you saw and you didn't sleep right for a long little while. I remember watching this movie as a kid. I did not realize that was actually Johnny Depp. One of Johnny Depp's first roles was in A Nightmare on Elm Street. That was surprising. I did not realize that, and did a great job in the movie. Freddy coming out of nowhere, just snatching people, killing people in all types of interesting ways, and he had a high death count in that movie. And then, I mean, it didn't age super well, but the premise was there. The premise worked well, and again, they made several sequels to this movie. The first one was good. The second one wasn't too bad. Third one okay, and then so on and so forth. And then they kind of crossed it with other stuff. And I was like, come on now, y'all, why? I didn't understand, and somebody has to explain to me, why did they come up with Freddy versus Jason? Why? I mean, it's like two different. If I'm gonna do crossover, give me Jason versus Michael Myers. Give me Candyman versus Freddy Krueger. Give me the Leprechaun versus Chucky. Give me something that's in the same realm of each other. Don't give me something that just completely throws it out the window. Because it's like, I remember watching the Freddy versus Jason, looking at that. What is this mess that they just put out here? Why is this out like this? I mean, come on, work with me here, please. I enjoy this movie. I enjoy both series, but please, why would you throw that out there, people? Come on, man. Give me a work of art. Don't do this to me. Don't hurt me like this. I cannot be hurt. Do not hurt me and mess up some good movies that I thoroughly enjoyed with something crazy that you guys know could have been a lot better, and kind of go from there. So again, I love big fan of Nightmare on Elm Street. Great movie. Love that. Annabelle. I did not see Annabelle. At least I don't remember seeing Annabelle. But I definitely know I needed to watch that because it was definitely a good series. And I remember the doll. I remember seeing the commercials for it. Where she there in the house, and of course the dolls come to life. Of course, starts killing people. I believe there was another side story to this, and I can't remember what it was. But people were telling me about Annabelle and how it kind of related to some other stuff. But I don't remember. Can't remember what it was. But I'm definitely gonna put that on. Haven't seen, but interested in seeing as well, and go from there. What is this? Why is this upside down? I don't know what that is. Why is it upside down? Let me see. Horror. I'm looking up what the movie is. Horror movie upside down. Eiffel Tower. See if that. What is that? As above, so below. So this came out in 2014. As above, so below. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of As Above, So Below. So actually, let's check this out real quick. I want to see what this is about, because that looks like an interesting. No, it's not. I did that. Don't worry. Don't do that to me. So as above, as above, so below. Let's see what this trailer looks like. In 2014, let's see. I'm just gonna check this out.
I'm trying to not get kidnapped.
You can't tell anyone about your power.
Okay, moving on. And I'm just see.
My name is Scarlett Marlowe, and I'm a student in urban archaeology.
Okay.
370 feet beneath this point is a hidden chamber
That might contain a critical missing piece of our history.
How are we supposed to get down there?
The catacombs.
Okay.
There are 200 miles of tunnels right underneath our feet.
They're holding the remains of 6 million corpses.
Stop. This is the Empire of the Dead.
These are human bones. We go through here?
Let's do it.
Or doesn't know its darkest secrets. Huh.
Slow and steady, yeah?
I think I'm stuck.
Just breathe with me, please. It's okay.
What was that?
Oh.
What the hell do we do now, huh?
We can't go back. Just keep moving. Tell me we didn't just go in a circle.
It's exactly the same.
No, everything's upside down.
What happened to the entrance?
Wait, there's something here.
Oh my god.
What the hell is this?
When I was a kid, we had a piano that looked exactly like this. I used to play home
cube's messed up. What's going on? Can you read that?
According to mythology, that's the inscription over the gates of hell. And they shall be made to crawl on their bellies and enter the kingdom of darkness.
Did you hear that?
Yep.
Is somebody there?
Oh. Burning car. Oh. As above, so below. Interesting. Okay. Let's see where you're going. Okay. I got you. Okay. So anyway, so I just watched that. As above, so below. Looks pretty interesting. Looks like it's definitely one of those thrillers. And honestly, I'm gonna list this as haven't seen it. I'm gonna list this haven't seen it, no opinion, because I don't have an opinion on it. Looks like it might be pretty good. Honestly, I might put it up where it's so interested in kind of going from there. But I'm not 100% sure. Kind of going from there. Let's see. Next one up is the autopsy of Jane Doe's. Not familiar with that one. I have no clue about that one. What is this? Black Swan. I have not seen that one. Cabin in the Woods. I have seen. That was pretty interesting. It was kind of funky. What was going on? I'm gonna list it as because I don't remember much about it. So I'm gonna list it as not my thing because I don't remember it very, very well. But I've seen it before, but I don't remember much about it. So it can't be as great. Hopefully, it might be good, better than I think, but I don't remember very well. So, okay, so Cannabis Holocaust. I've not seen that before. I don't think I'm interested in seeing that. Child's Play definitely will go as one of my top tier ones because Child's Play again was the one that scared the crap out of me as a kid, and it's definitely one of those movies where seeing a little child doll running around was pretty interesting to see, and kind of going from there. So I'm definitely gonna list that one as an S tier because I think that was really well put together. They did a great job with it. The subsequent 2 was really good. 3 I wasn't a super fan of. Bride of Chucky I was not a super fan of, and kind of went from there. Seed of Chucky, no. Then they came out with a new one, and it was just like, no, don't do that to me, and he kind of went from there. I am not familiar with this one. The Conjuring 2 I did not see. Obviously, I didn't see the first one, so I probably would need to see the first one as well as the second one and kind of go from there and get a good idea about what it's about. Crimson Peak, I have not seen that one before, so I have no opinion. Dark Water, I think I've seen that one before, but I don't remember very well, so I'm actually going to list this one as I'm going to list this one as haven't seen, but no opinion on that one. Dead Silence, I have not seen that one. The name sounds familiar, but I haven't seen it, but I think I might want to check that out and kind of go from there. Doctor Sleep, I have not seen before. I'm not really familiar with that one. Don't Breathe is another one I'm not familiar with. Donnie Darko, I haven't seen before. Drag Me to Hell was okay, but it wasn't really my thing. I mean, I saw it and it was okay, but it wasn't a movie that I was like, I really want to see it a couple dozen times and go from there. Elvira, I do not remember watching off the top of my head. This I am not familiar with. Eraserhead, definitely not familiar with that one. Evil Dead, I don't remember well. I'm gonna listen here because I'm not sure. I don't remember seeing that one. The Evil Dead. I'm not sure if this might be the previous one. This might be the previous one before the new one came out and kind of went from there, but I'm not familiar with that one. Exorcism of Emily Rose. Oh my God. If that movie was not something else, it definitely was entertaining. I remember watching this movie way back when and just kind of just staring like, That's all I did pretty much the whole movie because she was doing some back bends and some turnarounds, and I was just like, "What's going on? Oh my God, she needs help. She's flipping around. What's going on?" But yeah, it was definitely entertaining. But honestly, I wouldn't say that I'd be watching it several different times just because that was a very creepy movie. It just didn't, and I would not probably watch it too many times again, but it definitely was an interesting movie. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I don't remember watching that one. And that seems like something I would watch too. If I have, it's been a long time ago. Final Destination. That's a good one. I like Final Destination. I will put this in near masterpiece because never perfect, near perfect, but not C. Because of the fact that with Final Destination, it was one of the movies where death was actually stalking them. I don't think that's ever been done like that before with the way they were killing people off in the movie. It definitely kept you on the edge of your seat. The subsequent 2 was good. 3, I think I saw. I thought it was okay. After that, I didn't watch any of the rest of them because I was like, it felt like it was just going downhill at that point. I was like, no, you guys need to just let this go. You're kind of killing the franchise, and it's not going well after this point. And kind of wish you guys had just done something. Just let Sleeping Dogs lie and just go from there. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna list this as a near perfect must see. So definitely something. If you haven't seen it before, definitely go see it. Friday the 13th, definitely a masterpiece. Friday the 13th again came out years ago. Again, starting Jason, of course. Big Jason being getting drowned in the actual lake. Spoilers, of course, and him coming back and take revenge out on the camp counselors who let him die, who were out there making whoopee, we'll call it whoopee, out there and doing some other stuff, and him dying and his mom bringing him back to life and kind of going from there. So I think that's definitely a masterpiece with Friday the 13th because it's a good series. I mean, great series. Granted, some of the subsequent ones weren't as great, but it is what it is. So I kind of go from there. Get Out. Get Out was definitely a good movie. I would definitely list this as a really, I'm gonna call it a really good film. I'm not gonna list it as a perfect because it had things in it that were very enjoyable, especially the way that they portrayed how things were going in the town where people were not sure about what was going. Well, he wasn't sure about what's going on, and then you saw people doing some weird things, and I thought it was really good though. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. I would watch it again, especially the way the mom used to dangle the cup and stuff like that, which was pretty funny and pretty cool at one point. Just actually seeing her doing that, so that was pretty funny actually to see her do that, and kind of go from there. So that was really good, at least in my view when I saw it. So the next one up is The Green Inferno. I have not seen that one. Not familiar with that. Gremlins, of course, I love Gremlins. Gremlins was a good movie. Now, the thing about Gremlins is that I'm going to list Gremlins as a really good one. Again, it didn't date well because of the fact that, again, with everything, it was like, I don't want to say claymation, but it was definitely one of those movies with like animatronics, and it didn't date really well. But the first one was really good as a horror movie. Now, the second one, they actually turned into a comedy. Now, people got bent out of shape and upset about them turning this into a comedy, the second one. Because the first one, again, was a horror movie. I want to say, and there should be a debate about this, but I never heard anybody debate about this, but Gremlins actually could be considered a Christmas movie because it did take place around Christmas time. Now, you don't hear a lot of people arguing about this, but everybody argue if Die Hard was a Christmas movie, if A Nightmare Before Christmas was a Christmas movie, and stuff like that. But you never hear Gremlins really getting a lot of catch when it comes to that. And I tell people, yes, Gremlins would be considered a actual Christmas movie. At least my view. Because it takes place around Christmas time and kind of went from there. So it is what it is. But I think Gremlins is definitely really good. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, definitely check it out. Okay, now we have a Halloween. I think this is a new Halloween movie. I have not seen it yet. I think this is is this the last one or Halloween Kills? I think this is Halloween Kills, but if this is Halloween Kills, it definitely was entertaining, if that's the one I'm thinking of, because they don't have which one this is. Let me look it up. Halloween movies. I think it's one of the last ones that came out. So that's the one they have on here is the new one, isn't it? Isn't it the new one? Halloween is The mask looks the same. Okay, no. So I have not seen this one. I said I was just gonna watch this one with my wife. We're gonna probably watch this soon and kind of go. Definitely let you know how it is. That way we can go from there. But I have not seen that one, and I kind of need to see that to kind of get an idea about what that is, or how it turned out. Halloween definitely will go into my top categories because Halloween kicked off a great start of a great character. The second one did not feature, and again, if you're not familiar with that, it did not feature Michael Myers, which is one thing that a lot of people were didn't understand. I didn't understand it at first either, but I understand what's going on because again, people were like, okay, Halloween, we automatically associate Michael Myers with Halloween, kind of going from there. So Halloween is a good movie, but we want Mike Myers in it. So if we don't have Mike Myers in it, it's not as good. And then when they brought it back on the third one and so forth and so on, it got back on track. Now, have there been too many? Probably. Did they kind of whine? Yeah, they kind of whined it around. But, again, I think that, it's still good movies, but, you got to take it with a grain of salt, as how many they have. And honestly, after a certain period of time, I think you need to let it go. But I guess if they come up with a great script, they'll keep going and go from there. Hellraiser 2, I don't remember very well. So I'm going to put this in entertaining because I don't remember it super well. And it's been a while since I've ever seen Hellraiser. And let's see, is this Hellraiser 3 or Hellraiser 1? I think this is the original Hellraiser, and that was a pretty good one. So I'm definitely going to put this one as really good for Hellraiser because I think it's a really good movie. 2, and like I said, it's been a while since I've seen Hellraiser, so I have to go back and watch some of these again because it's been a while since I've seen them, and I remember bits and pieces of them, but I don't want to give it a bad review for something that, again, I haven't seen in a while, but you may thoroughly enjoy. This is the Hereditary? Not familiar with that one, so I don't know that one. The Hill Have Eyes. The Hill Has Eyes. This was the remake of, I guess, the original one. I see the other ones right behind it. It wasn't a bad movie. It was sort of entertaining, but I think that it could be a little bit better. Kind of go from there. I'm actually gonna go get some water real quick. So I am gonna actually change this to be right back because I need to go get some water and kind of go from there. So give me a second. I'm gonna go grab some water and be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay, I had to go get some water because my voice is actually starting to sound a little hoarse, but a little water always helps. Better. Okay, so back to our list. So next one on our list, Hills Have Eyes. I have not seen the original one, but I would be interested in watching that one. Actually, no, probably not. Hostel, I have seen. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say it's not my thing. Think about Hostel, Saw, and certain other movies. I was not a fan of because of the fact that whenever I watched them, I felt like it was not a horror movie. It's more of a gore fest. See, the thing about me is that when I watch horror movies have a certain element to it. With gore, they just go for the juggler and they just go do any type of random thing. And it felt like Hostel, Saw, and a couple other movies. That's kind of what they go for with those, and that wasn't my cup of tea. Like I'm used to the old school movies, again, the Halloweens, your Chucky's, your Michael Myers, or stuff like that. But those were not quite my biggest thing. So, again, I'm going to list that Hostel is not my thing and kind of go from there. So, and kind of escape from that one. Hush, I've never seen before. Water Down, I've never seen it before. Eternal, I've not seen before. what is this? Insidious. I should have seen before, but I cannot say I have actually seen it. I think that's gonna make my list of things actually I'm gonna watch and see. Because I think I definitely want to check that out and kind of get an idea of what that looks like and kind of go from there. Next we have It Follows. It Follows? Is that the name of it? I'm interested to know what this It Follows stands for. It Follows. Just to see what the trailer looks like. So, let's see. Let me look at this trailer. I want to see the trailer. What this trailer looks like. Oh, speed. I'm sorry.
And the other Spartans are our only hope.
Welcome to the rubble.
Oh wow, there's a new Halo.
Cortana.
Hello, Master Chief.
Silver team, on me.
I didn't know it was actually a Halo thing. I'm gonna have to check that out. That might be definitely me something to check out. Okay, anyway, so we're checking out this trailer.
I used to daydream about being old enough to go on dates. I had this image of myself holding hands with a really cute guy, driving along some pretty road. It's never about going anywhere, really. It's having some sort of freedom, I guess.
Should be interesting.
Jay? You awake? You're not gonna believe me, and I need you to remember what I'm saying.
This thing, it's gonna follow you. Somebody gave it to me, and I passed it to you.
Wherever you are, it's somewhere walking straight for you. All you can do is pass it along to someone else.
I'm scared. I need to find him.
What did it really do to you?
Apparently, he used a fake name to rent a house in the city.
This isn't real, I swear to you, this is just some game. If it kills her, it gets me. It goes straight down the line to whoever started it.
What exactly is supposed to be following you?
I don't know.
Something happened. It's not what she thinks, okay?
You don't believe me.
I don't know, be good.
Mom? No, it's me. Everything's okay.
It could look like someone you know, or it could be a stranger in a crowd. Whatever helps it get close to you.
It follows. Okay. Alright. That's interesting. I don't know about that one. That one looks kind of iffy. I'm not sure. I may or may not check that out. I mean, who knows? I loved it. It was a good movie. Again, it was actually a miniseries. It actually wasn't actually a movie. It's actually a miniseries. Funny story is that a lot of people feel like I'm actually putting it up here. And a lot of people did not know there was a two-parter, of course, but it actually was a miniseries. It was actually two parts. One is take place in one period, and it took place 30 years later. So everybody was like in their 40s. But it was a good movie. I loved Tim Wise as Pennywise the Clown. John Ritter was in it, rest in peace, of course. And there was a bunch of other people in it that was really great. I really loved the original one. The remake was really good too. Honestly, I'm gonna put the remake because they had a remake on here. I'm actually gonna list the remake as a really good one too. Must see too, because they did such a great job with bringing the characters back to life. And of course, the guy, I forgot his name, who plays Pennywise currently. Woo, that man did a great job. I'm not gonna lie to you, he did a great job in that. And I enjoyed the series. If you haven't read the book, I haven't read the book. I don't remember reading the book, but I know the book has said there's a lot more to Pennywise than what they actually put in the movie. But it was really good. So if you ever get a chance to watch the movie, definitely watch the movie. Check out the book as well. And I'm gonna list it as near perfect must see. So definitely must see. I would say anybody should definitely go see that one. Next up is Jeepers Creepers. I love the first Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers was a good movie to me. When I first watched it, I was, didn't understand what was going on with this guy. It's like, what's going on with this guy following everybody? What's going on with him? I was like really surprised with how he turned out. He turned out really, really well. And for me, he was on start of a great series. I love the first one. I love the second one. The third one, oh my God, it was horrible. I was so disappointed and run down by that because I felt like the Creeper could have been the next big thing. Then after Michael Myers, after Jason, after Freddy, and he could have been up on the board as the next one. But then they brought up the third one. It was horrible, and now they got a fourth one coming out, and I think it's going to be even worse. And it's just like they just destroyed the franchise of this movie, and it could have been really, really good if they had just kept going the right way with it. But they did something crazy with it, and it kind of went from there. So it does happen that way, but it is what it is. So I'm going to leave it that one. The Grudge again. They didn't list it as The Grudge. The Grudge wasn't a bad movie. I'm going to list this as entertaining. I did love the premise of the house. Going to the house. The again, spoilers. The woman dying, the mother dying, drowning the son, and he kind of just leaving a grudge on the house. And anybody who comes in gets touched with it and ends up dying in some way, shape, or form, and going from there. So I believe they had 3 Grudge movies, the first one, the second one, and the third one. The third one didn't have an ending. I loved the third one because it had the girl from Becker who was in that one, and it was really good. I enjoyed that very much. So it definitely was a worthwhile series. Next up, 9 I had not seen before, but I'm not I can't offer an opinion on that one. Mandy I have not seen before, at least I don't remember seeing that. Mandy. Martyrs, have not seen that before. Misdemeanors, haven't seen that before. Martyrs, haven't seen that before. Cabin Fever, that was an interesting film. Cabin Fever, I remember. I'm going to list this as entertaining because it got nasty. I mean, it did some. I mean, what was going on in that cabin and what they got was just with that disease. Oh my God, it was nasty. But it definitely was entertaining because you just try to figure out exactly how they got it and how they were going to actually get out, if they were going to get out alive. Ryder Strong, who also was in Boy Meets World, was in it. It was really interesting film. I would definitely, recommend it, but I would suggest not to eat anything, super heavy or anything spaghetti-like or anything like that while watching this movie because you may not keep it down. So, again, it was an interesting movie. The Rocky Horror Picture Show, I did not see that. Todd, did not see that. Malignant, I have not seen that. Return of the Living Dead, I believe I've seen that. Again, that is an old school horror movie. I'm going to list it as... I'm just going to list it as not my thing, at least right now, because this is the older one. This is not the one that I grew up with. The one that I had before was a little bit better. Came out in the 80s, I think 90s. I'm sorry, 90s, the one I really remember and kind of go from there. Ojinga, I don't remember seeing this one, but I definitely said I wanted to check this out. I have not seen it before, so I definitely said I might have to check that out. Craziest, have not heard of that. Frankenstein, haven't seen that. American Werewolf in London, I don't remember seeing that. The Woman in Black, have not seen that one. Pan's Labyrinth, I have seen that one. That one was kind of interesting. I'm going to list this one as entertaining because I saw Pan's Labyrinth a couple of different times. It definitely was an interesting film. Again, it gave me Tim Burton vibes, and it was kind of a horror movie and kind of not, and it's kind of falls somewhere in the center. So I'm going to list that as Pan's Labyrinth as entertaining. Let's see what else we got here. Paranormal Activity, I did not watch. It just didn't interest me. I wasn't really interested in Paranormal Activity. It just wasn't something I felt like, I really did not want to see. Poltergeist, oh yeah, that's definitely got to go toward the top. This is definitely going to go up to near masterpiece, must see, because it was definitely interesting for its time. I mean, it didn't date well now, but honestly, I would say if anything, I would definitely if I got a chance to check it out again, I definitely would watch it. Because you definitely, if anything else you want to hear, they're here. That was our that infamous line was always used forever more, and everybody still use that line here on out. People still use that line too. They're here. So kind of go from there. Requiem, I did not see. Rosemary's Baby, did not see that. Saw 2, I believe I saw that one. Again, I am going to list this as not my thing. Again, Saw movies are cool. Again, that is a gore fest. If you enjoy that, then definitely watch those. But I definitely was not a super fan of those. So I think I Saw movies. I'm going to put that here. I'm going to definitely put that as not my thing. Saw 3 I did not see, and I wasn't really interested in actually watching that one. Scream was a good movie. Again, Scream was a good movie. Again, another horror flick. I'm going to list this as a near perfect. Actually, I'm going to list this as really good. Because it's good. It had a lot of, a lot of fear factor in it. People getting slashed and stuff like that. But definitely was a good, good film, and went from there. Next one up would be Sinister. Did not see that. But I did say I definitely wanted to check that out and kind of go from there in the near future. So definitely be on my list. Silence of the Lambs, it was entertaining. Especially him eating people. So I'm going to list this as entertaining for Silence of the Lambs. It's a good movie, but I definitely think it was entertaining, especially just seeing him being as smart as he was, Hannibal Lecter being as smart as he was, and being, actually eating people and doing all the different stuff. So it was definitely an interesting movie. The Tale of Two Sisters, have not seen that. Tesso, I've never seen that. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I've never seen that one. I have no opinion on it. The Hitchcock Birds, I have no opinion on that one. The Blair Witch, I had my sister actually saw this in theaters. The funny story, my sister actually saw this in theaters, and the crazy part is that she literally said people were throwing stuff at the screen because it was just that bad. Because it was just like basically people running around with the cameras in their hand, just doing whatever. And it was not a good movie. So it was like, oh man, that's terrible that happened. And kind of went from there. The Conjuring, now that was I think I didn't see that one on the list. I haven't seen it, but I've definitely said I definitely might check it out. I don't remember seeing it. I'm about to definitely remember to look that up as well. The Descent was interesting. Now, The Descent, if you're not familiar with The Descent was basically these I want to say it was about 5 people. They were descending into this cave. Why, I do not know. And they basically were going down this cave. Now, what happened was that one of them ended up getting hurt. When they ended up getting hurt, some type of virus actually got into the system and started changing them. And as they were getting changed, they realized that there were other creatures down there too that had gotten changed. And eventually they figured out, again, this is spoilers, and if you have not seen it, please cut it off at this point. They basically found out they were bats. Now, there was our good Morris Chestnut was in it. I thought it was a good film. It was very dark though. The lighting was not good in this film. I thought they could have did a better job with the lighting with this film. It looked like they were coming up with a sequel at one point, but they never actually did because it kind of left the opening open for a sequel, but they never actually did one, which I kind of wish they had done because that would have made a really good tie-in to what was going on, at least in my view. So unless they came up with like some type of parting thing with it, it was not, it was not, brought out, and it should have been brought out. At least I think they should at least try for it. The Exorcist is another good one. I think that was a good movie, especially, them trying to exorcise the demon out of the girl. It was a good film. I thought it was pretty good. It didn't age well. Again, it didn't age well like a lot of other films. But again, that just happens with films anyway. It's just how things go. We all know that, films after a certain period of time don't age well, and you kind of go from there. So, I think it was a good film, and I definitely put it up the top. The Fly was another good one as well. I think The Fly was definitely really good. If you've never seen The Fly before, it starred Jeff Goldblum. Again, he basically mixes in DNA. Again, this came out way back when, 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. No, I'm sorry, late 80s, early 90s. And it was a really good film. He did a great job in it. They had a sequel to it. I didn't really appreciate the sequel as much as I appreciated the original one. The original one I thought was much, much better. And it kind of went from there. I thought it was really good, the original one, and kind of going from there. And so that's why I'm definitely going to list this as really good. Next one up is The Grudge. The Grudge was a good movie. I thought was really good. I definitely list this as really good as well, because I think that it was very well put together. They definitely came up with something interesting going on, and I want to say it was Tokyo, but I know it was Asia. I want to say, is it Japan? I think it was Japan, Tokyo, Japan. I think that's where it was. but I don't remember exactly what it was. But it definitely was interesting. You definitely wanted to stay away from houses at a certain point when you saw this, so you knew what was up. Okay, so next one up is The Nun. I have not seen that. That will go in. I don't have an opinion about that one because I don't know. The Ring was pretty good. The Ring was. I know it. I'm lying. The Ring wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. It was okay. I'm gonna list it as entertaining. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna list it as entertaining. I'm gonna list it as entertaining. I'm gonna stick with entertaining. It got when I first watched it, I got confused by it. I wasn't sure what was going on, and I felt like they could have been better put together because I was confused by the ending and what they were going with it. And I was like, okay, well, what exactly is going on? What's happening? And then the story kind of came together a little bit, but it wasn't. I'm not gonna put it as a top tier type movie or anything like that. So I'm gonna list it as entertaining. Next up, The Ritual. I have not seen that. The Shining was definitely a good movie. If you haven't seen The Shining before with our boy Jack Nicholson, definitely a good movie. I'm gonna list it as near perfect. It's definitely a top tier movie. It's one of the movies that you definitely need to see. Again, it didn't age very well, and actually a fun fact they actually said in the movie was that they said that the girl who actually was in the movie, they did not give her a break when she was screaming. When she was screaming to the top of her lungs, she was literally screaming at the top of her lungs the whole time, and this thing was being filmed. And it was kind of funny because I saw that and I was like, wow. It was like 10 things I didn't know about The Shining, and like, yeah, I was like, wow, that's crazy. You know, they had her screaming at the top of her lungs, and she wasn't able to really talk like that. So it is what it is. Next up, The Thing. The Thing definitely is going to be top tier. The Thing is still to this day is a great film, and then they made a new one to it. Where of course, you know, they were digging in the ice and they found this creature that they didn't realize was there that actually could change into actual people or change into things that were around. It's a great movie. It's still a masterpiece to this day. It's definitely an S tier. If you haven't seen it before, definitely go watch it. I think that people would thoroughly enjoy this movie and kind of go from there. So definitely a worthwhile watch. The Wailing I have not seen before. Train in Busan, I've never seen that before. Trick or Treat I've not seen before, but it looks like it might be an interesting watch. So I'm definitely gonna put that down there as I haven't seen, but interested in actually watching that one. Underworld. Underworld really didn't seem like a horror movie per se, so I'm actually gonna just list this as entertaining. Because the horror was for me be straight horror. This had entertainment value and had action to it. Now again, of course, you know. She basically is she's a vampire. They're hunting werewolves because again, you know, werewolves of course are bad guys, of course, and she gets some news that she reports to, you know, one of the head honchos and kind of goes from there. And she's trying to discover her history about where she came from and how she got to be where she is. And then she eventually finds out everything and kind of goes from there. But honestly, I think it's very entertaining. Again, I'm not going to list it as a masterpiece. It was a good movie. I list it as entertaining because I would think really good would be more straight horror. So, you know, and that's why I think that's kind of where I am with that one. Next one up, Us. Us was very interesting because of the fact that Us was one of those movies that I will list as really good because something like that had not been done before. And when Michael when Jordan Peele did this, he really put together a really good must-see movie because it was like you really did not see exactly, you not figure out us meant United States or people in general about how we do things and how we kind of, you know, shrug off all the people who are going through certain plights and stuff like that. So honestly, I think Us was a really good film. I'm not gonna, it's near perfect, definitely a must see, and definitely something you should definitely check out if you haven't checked it out before. Seven, I have seen, but it's been a long time, so I'm going to list it as entertaining. I have not seen it in a while, so I cannot speak to it too much. I think I've seen it once or twice. But I haven't seen it since then. I have to get caught up on my old school movies again because I'm kind of falling behind on my old school movies, so I kind of go from there. The Cube, I have not seen before. Dracula, I have not seen before. Lake M something, I've never seen before. Record, never seen before. Village, I've never seen before. Wolf Creek, I've not seen it before. Desperado, I've never seen that before. Collection of something, I've never seen that before. The Stranger, I've never seen that before. That's not seen that before. Never seen that before. Jaws. Jaws is a good movie. Jaws has always been a good movie because it was a good horror movie. It didn't age well, but it's definitely a near perfect movie, at least in my view. I feel like it was, very well done for the time it came out in the 70s. Again, with sharks were not you're not looked at as bad as now they are now, because you saw the whole movie where Jaws was just tearing people apart. So again, it didn't age super well, but it still was a good movie. So I definitely would recommend Jaws if you have not seen it before, and go from there. Carrie is another good movie. Again, Carrie, got the worst end of the stick. I'm gonna list this as a really good one because she had gone through so much, and she got her revenge. I guarantee you that one. She got her revenge in that movie. So if you've never seen Carrie, Carrie is a good movie to watch. Again, it didn't age as great as it could have, but again, it's still a good movie. I think they came out with a remake, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. Next one, The Omen. I don't remember The Omen very well, but I'm gonna list it as not having an opinion on that one. House of a Thousand Corpses was straight garbage. I mean, it was garbage. I really disliked this movie. I did not enjoy this movie at all. So I'm gonna list House of a Thousand Corpses garbage because I did not enjoy that movie at all. Again, but that's just my view. Misery I've seen before. It's okay. I mean, it was not really my thing. I mean, I remember her beating this guy down in his room and stuff like that, but it wasn't really my thing. So it is what it is. Lights Out, I have not seen that one before. Tusk, I don't remember seeing that before. Sixth Sense, now that was a really good film. Sixth Sense had a lot of drama in it. I would call it a really good film. It's not perfect, but again, Haley Joel Osment did a great job. Or I see dead people, and you really felt for Bruce Willis's character, and what was everything was going on. Now, one movie I did not see on here that I kind of wish they had on here was Tales from the Hood. Not from the Hood, Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Hood was an okay one, but Tales from the Crypt would have been a good one to have on the list as well, because they had a couple of good ones. I love Demon Knight was a really good one. I'm forgetting the other two. I know Bordello of Blood, that's another one. Bordello of Blood was okay. Demon Knight was one of the better ones of the three. Excuse me. And then they had one called Ritual that was okay. It wasn't super great, but it was still okay. Gotta go from there. Void, I have not seen before. White Noise, I have not seen before, and I am not sure what the name of this one is, but I have not seen that one before. Okay, so this is my list that I have right now, and you kind of can see where I am with everything. Again, these are my top tier ones, S tier ones: Aliens, Candyman, and such. Resident Evil made top list. Arachnophobia, Get Out, stuff like that made the top of the list. So again, these are just my top list ones that I made on the list, and kind of go from there. And again, I have one that made the garbage, but again, I have a bunch of them that I haven't seen. Some of them I haven't seen in a while, or I haven't seen at all. And they kind of been dated movies, so it is what it is. So you kind of go from there. But I'm gonna save this list, download my list, and kind of go from there. And kind of post. I'll probably post it later on down the line. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna switch up. There's a new game called Descent. I got the beta test for this, and I'm gonna go ahead and start playing this in a second. That way we can actually just see how it is. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm actually gonna play the trailer for you guys. That way you guys can sit to see what it looks like. Last Descendant trailer. So this is the trailer for the game. Was the first Descendant or last Descendant? First Descendant. Okay, first Descendant. So this is a game trailer. I'm gonna play it for you guys, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just actually, check it out and see how it is, and kind of go from there. Of course, after I get done with commercial.
Rated everyone 10 and up.
We always ask questions. What is it that actually exists? Where does the origin come from? Where are we headed to in the end? If you feel confused, just reload your gun.
Okay. All right, so that's the trailer for it. Again, I just downloaded it just recently. So this is the beta test that they get that's actually was available to us. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out and go ahead and check this out and kind of go from there and get a taste of what it's like. Hopefully it's really fun. That's my hope, and if it's really fun, then we can kind of go from there. So hopefully, like I said, we'll see. We'll see how things work. Taking a little while to load, I guess. Now, hopefully it'll be loaded up in this soon. So I can go from there. Text language. Alright. Right language. It'll be soon. October 20th? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Why allow me to download then if I can't actually play it? That's weird. Huh. Thursday. Okay, so I guess you gotta wait till tomorrow to actually play this. Wow, I am a little shocked by that. Okay, so I actually have to wait till tomorrow. Wow, that really sucks that happened. I was thinking that was available now because it told me I could download it. And it was telling me today, but maybe I'm wrong. I believe wrong. Let's see. Still saying connected, so maybe I can't play it until tomorrow. Okay, well, I guess I can play it till tomorrow. I thought it was available now. At least that's what I gathered from it. I kind of went from there. And apparently it's not an option till tomorrow. So tomorrow will probably have to be tomorrow and go from there since they said that I can't. Okay. So yeah, so it looks like unfortunately I won't be able to actually play till tomorrow. So I'm definitely gonna have to do a stream tomorrow and kind of go from there because apparently since I can't play it, and that kind of sucks. And I wouldn't be able to play it till tomorrow. So it is what it is, and kind of go from there. So knowing that, I just kind of saw the trailer and kind of went from there. At least I have an idea about what the game is like and kind of go from there. It looks like it's going to be pretty interesting, though. I'm hoping for really great things, and hopefully, it will just be a great game to play. I can always just check it out, and it'll be something that I really, 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 really will enjoy doing and go from there. So what I am thinking about doing is I am actually thinking about raiding over to somebody because I kind of need to go get something to eat now and kind of go from there. So what I'm going to do is I see that there's a couple other people streaming. I'm actually going to raid into Ron the Pharaoh. Now, if you're not familiar with Ron the Pharaoh actually does a lot of retro streaming. Ron is very much so into and Sega. Sega is his big system. He loves the the Sega Genesis. He lives for that. He also does a lot of actual videos with doing different stuff with the Sega Dreamcast. He plays Nintendo. He plays all types of games, but a lot of his games are just retro, and it's really a great thing. I believe today he actually is doing. He's switching up, actually doing Nintendo today. So that is going to be his new thing today. So again, he's wearing his Mario hat today. I think we were going to go ahead and raid into him, so I can go ahead and just chill out. I appreciate you guys actually stopping by today. You know, I know that I did do the tier list. I'm debating on what tier list I'll do tomorrow, or if I'm gonna do actual just do the game. I think what I'm gonna do tomorrow is just probably do the game and kind of go from there. That way I can actually, just get a chance to get a taste for the game. It probably be around like 5 tomorrow night that I actually stream. I did about 2.5 hours today, so again, I did do a nice little amount today and kind of go from there. But again, when we get over to Ron DeFerro, make sure you send him a lot of love. Let him know that you came from my stream. He is from Chicago, so he's another Chicago brother, which I can appreciate and go from there as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to raid out into his stream. And you guys, like I said, when you get over there, definitely let him know that you came from my stream. Show him a lot of love. Again, he's a retro streamer. He does stream, I think regularly most of the time, but definitely let him, show him some love. Let him know that you guys are coming from me, and you just go from there. So, with that being said, I'm gonna get ready to let you guys go, and you guys have a great rest of the night when I get out of here. So, all right, I'm heading out. You guys have a good one. Have a good one. Bye.
Eat that ass too, man, right? Yeah. We've all done that. Yo, Conundrum, what's going on with you, man? Appreciate the raid. How you doing, man? How you doing? What's your stream, by the way? What's your stream? Can't you do it when you turn stone with the suit? Yeah, you can destroy that fire with it. So I know the American version you can do it. I just want to say, I fucking hate this level. I hate Iceland. Ugh, World 6 annoys the fuck out of me, man. It's just so damn long. A tier list of horror movies. Not bad. Nice, nice. What was S tier? What was S tier, by the way? The Switch had lighting on it. Damn, it had lighting, huh? Ain't that some shit? Damn, cracked y'all ass. Pow. Yeah. Just one come show your streams some love. I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it, man. We're playing Mario Bros. 3, but we're playing the Japanese version. And there's some difference between the Japanese version and the American version. So what's we doing right now? I wish some of the remainders of SF1 should return to new SF6 DLC. Yeah, like just a throwback. I actually wouldn't mind that. Just Capcom needs to get on that shit. Exorcist, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween. Okay, so the all-time classics. All right. So Child's Play, where's that at? The Child's Play series, where's that at? At least give that fuck. At least give that A tier. Because Child's Play, I think, is still a good horror franchise. The classical horrors. Okay. Definitely S tier. Okay, all right, my man. My man. Because you got good taste, man. I'm not the biggest horror fan, you know what I'm saying? But I do like, the classics. The Thing was S tier too. All right, nice. So what was the shitty tier? Like D tier? Like the worst of the worst? And even Friday 13th, man. I love Friday 13th part 2 and 3. Especially the third one. Though that's actually my favorite one. Even Freddy vs. Jason. Look, I'm going to say this right now, y'all. Freddy vs. Jason is not that bad. I would say it's a lower B tier. You know what I'm saying? People think it's bad because of the way the crossover work. I think Freddy vs. Jason was pretty decent. Like, it's not a bad horror movie. It was a D. For me, I would say low B, high C. I would say that for me, though. It's not perfect by any means, but I liked it for what it was. It was a cheesy horror movie, House of a Thousand Corpses. Okay, I haven't watched that one. I know what it is, though. Man, my man said D tier. Fuck. But again, you don't wrong with that. God damn, who's moving across the map? But yeah, the best way to do Ice World, get a fire flower. You need that. The first Descendant, but I just found out it doesn't start till tomorrow. I was mind blown. Oh, it's all good, you know. If you can stream tomorrow, I say do that. I remember watching Child's Play and the part where Chucky was chanting. Once he said, "Ooh, that dog know Jesus." You know what's crazy? I actually got that reference too. Yeah, I understood that reference perfectly. But yeah, I understood that shit perfectly. I'm gonna stream tomorrow. Okay, you gonna be around? I might be. Only thing I gotta do tomorrow is the gym. To be honest, I really ain't been on Twitch like that. Like, I've not been on Twitch like that, y'all. If y'all noticed that shit. It's just a lot of stuff in my personal life, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to actually work through, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I ain't been on Twitch in the past couple of days. I might lurk in like one person stream, but that's it, you know? Oh, y'all, oh no, World 6 is trash. I hate World 6. I fucking hate it. Because again, ice physics in video games, I have a really big, like, hatred towards, you know what I mean? And this level, and in this world, is just so long. It's really long. Yo, Shino, what's going on, man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream, man. Tell all this time and so many shower killing scenes. I'll see what happens to old Michael Myers with shower killings. Bars. Feel free to lurk. Well, I'll see, man. I'll see how things turn out. Oh, you do get hamburgers too. Sure do. But now I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm trying to get past this world fast as possible. I hate it. Like World 7 I can do, you know what I'm saying? But World 6, no, I hate this shit. Don't you just love how it's two different animations right there, y'all? I love that shit. It's like Mario's like two places at once. Like jump. But yeah, this is one Mario game I can play all damn day, y'all. I love this game. I get nervous every time I use the Hammer Brothers suit. Yeah, because it's rare as fuck. You get hit once, that's your ass. Because you can only find it in 2 levels. I think World 6 and World 7. Other than that, you ain't finding it. Good luck. But it's powerful as hell. It's really powerful. Like, you can drop Bowser within like 15 hammers, I think. Like, it's that strong. I got my McDonald's Halloween Ghost Bucket. Is that like one of the adult Happy Meals or what? Well, oh no, I know what you're talking about. When you put the candy and shit in, right? You talking about that? I haven't heard that in ages. Wow. Dun 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 dun. Okay, I think a 1-up is here. I think, yeah. Fuck. That adult Happy Meal is $10, bro. That shit crazy. $10. Motherfucker McDonald's trying to get people, man, because folks always want something like that, man, you know? Because Happy Meals, again, they're still classic as shit, but like, I'm not, what the fuck I look like, man, me big as shit getting a fucking small ass Happy Meal. You know what I'm saying? So I get why they actually brought them out, but $10? Damn. Oh, shit. It came out yesterday. Nice. Oh, wow. I didn't even know that. Because I haven't had McDonald's in a good minute, though. Let me stop lying. I actually had 2 weeks ago. Like, even with me working out and shit, y'all, I still do eat, like, bad shit every once in a while. You know, it's just not as much. My grown ass will buy a Happy Meal. Hey, man, I ain't gonna knock you. I mean, they're still iconic as fuck, though, man. I just miss the old toys with Happy Meals. Because I feel like toys nowadays, they don't really pop as much, you know? As the original ones. Hey, remember the Mighty Morphin from Power Rangers, the movie toys? Yeah. To be honest, there needs to be more horror movies instead of being a glorified action movie. Or actually foreboding creepy to be scary. Carnival of Souls. Oh yeah. I feel like horror genres changed a lot, you know what I'm saying, since back in the day. You know, at least back then we had more creativity. Yeah. Like, game would not be with us today. And we're not Nintendo, you know? Alright, break this. We skipping level 7. Fuck that. Ah, damn it. Instead of sign drowning music. I just got hit. God damn.
You want to leave?
I've been in the system for 8 years.
Like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I had 3 more weeks.
What the fuck is 3 weeks? You think you're gonna walk out of here and everything's just gonna be like you fucking remember?
I got a family that I gotta get back to, man.
That's so easy for you to say.
I haven't met my little brother, because I've been locked in here with you. And you got the nerve to say that we family? We not family, man.
He about to leave him.
We just cellmates.
Yeah, they don't have time to be fighting. I would just, we need all the bodies that you can get though.
You're my brother.
He pulling his chain. I don't believe him.
I don't regret what I did.
All you needed to do was
Then I won't
dislocate it.
regret leaving you.
I would have fucked that shit up though.
We could sit here and die for all I care.
Damn.
You got a point.
Man, get off me, man.
Yo, my boy snitched on me too, alright?
Why do you care so much?
You see what they doing to us?
I feel like it's strength in numbers in this situation though, y'all.
Shooting at us, man. They disrespecting us. They putting us in cages.
Darren.
That shit gotta stop, man. And the only way to rise above is to stick together. What's it gonna be?
Yeah, come on, y'all don't have time for this though. Like, come on, let's go. That monster was literally down the hall. He right there now. Did y'all see that? Now he about to eat on Ryder. Ooh. They took way too much time.
I'll get Ryder.
I'm right here, you demon motherfucker. Come on, come on, come on. Come here.
Ooh. Same here, Zah. Same here. You better help him, Ryder. You better help him, Ryder. He seen the mark on his wrist. Don't he blue? He look crazy as hell. Ooh. They fucking him up though. Oh shit. He got that tongue. He said, turn it down just a little bit. Oh yeah, that's smart. Electrocute his ass. He got his ass. It's a short called Cybolica on YouTube. I thought he was dead. He got electrocuted and got right back up and said, "Your turn."